I want to be Bobia. Want to be any Bobia, only good MPP party. And you may have America and a new party, no. But only here, I will not and a new party. By Ansah, and a new party, no. May catch no woman meeting so much when you know. I have it. Yes. What a mistake. There'll be an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. 105. Let's see your empty galaxy. Whether you like it or not, Kwabena. Okay, will be all good party. I want to be Bobie. Want to be any Bobia, only good MPP party. And you may have America and a new party, no. But only here, I will not and a new party. By Ansah, and a new party, no. May catch no woman meeting so much when you know. I have it. Yes. What a mistake. There'll be an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Let's see your empty galaxy. Whether you like it or not, Kwabena. Or to make a children in Club where you're ceremony to young man, where you're ceremony to young man. Now, what do you are Kenya? Who Pharisees because we are Kenya? We are Christiania. Who Pharisees because we are Christiania? Men come Muslims who want some it is said. On what about we are a Muslim community? You will go to jail. You will go to jail. It is a new man, my young macram of law. I will not to be your quota. I will not play tribal politics. But if it becomes necessary, I'll give them bombshell. So what more in your now we play religious stuff. We play tribal card. Number one bombshell. Okay, will be all good party. I want to be Bobia. Want to be any Bobia, only good MPP party. And you may have America and a new party, no. But only here, I will not and a new party. By Ansah, and a new party, no. May catch no woman meeting so much when you know. I have it. Yes. What a mistake. There'll be an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
But so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy. We can create jobs. We can restore faith in governance. But we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver. And we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork, spend public funds wisely and judiciously, reject opulence, and never forget your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. For example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork, spend public funds wisely and judiciously, reject opulence, and never forget your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. For example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, And let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork. Spend public funds wisely and judiciously. Reject opulence. And never forget, your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. For example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. and I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness.
And Kasayeno, Hana Shashi free. Nagana and Chichiriano, Nentiasiano. Aha, ana yemu Supreme Court ye chiri mu yanka hanu amfa forgetting your muka we dressing political shows akanyira dum hanu mu ana ye kansem no hanu mu ye besi bibia chire to me hanu ye besi nsem no koso apaso na ye twitwa na basa nesre Ida Boy has just joined us. Thank you for joining us on Facebook. Albert Asati is here. Piaga King Bobo Clement Diabo Shaibu Mohammed is here. Thank you, Engineer Shama Bak and Koli. Listen, Odru sends a good man.
Dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork. Spend public funds wisely and judiciously. Reject opulence. And never forget, your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. For example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter, and I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them.
capitation grant for basic schools from 2023 to date. Now him say a kakasi pa anabanda and dija John Dramani Mahama administration. Now him say capitation grant no anema basic schools no sunya kakra. Na wɔn hwɛ TLM which is teacher learning materials any some repairs a cost school mu hɔnom enti na says can nko enti 2003 ebesi ne John Dramani Mahama wetua. Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference called for rule of law over recent electoral violence and CJ suspension. Enti Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference and the farming to Muasia, Eshasia, na Ekowi Ablekuma, North elections, any the fact say you're suspended, Chief Justice. Na we quite them will become because minimum say Ghana Catholic Bishops and then for the past 8 years, we had a Ghana Catholic bishops in this country. You send your mind a call, minimum say to Monka, maybe be on the show this afternoon. Abraya Noka say a year Ablekuma North Member of Parliament, a Rabina Obin, when him say as when in the dada, but they say as when in Bimwa, na or say a member of the Ghana Shippers Authority Board. Already or a member of the NAIP board. Yetian man ya catch Ablekuma North Mebunu say, Mopejuma, Montuma Mami, you thought we were joking. President Mahama refers electoral violence report from 2020 and 2024 post to Attorney General for legal review. If you're not my name, producer Kwame Kwachi betina ye Kai John Dramani Mahama buying ese Orabamia akujina paso se or no inya kwenya. Na minim ni omema nsa kwenya ne de. But anyways, also ono nya kwenya be ye Ghana mampeni afimpinini adunu nwotwe ayebaya. Obe making sure say obi bia we involved in Ablekuma North violence no obe prosecuting no. I mean there's nothing wrong say openi me be sorry na osi obi ebumra so. Ana oni ko de mrasha ne sam ti okwambia so no. Or na emra ne there's nothing wrong with that. But the question na yete hanam ye bizarre na say 8 years ago in 2016 in 2020 abaya toye no say no raba me okroma especially in 2020 elections right ama Accra ka say techiman south koto aba enipa nwotwe ne wuye 8 years child yekuno because of elections. I don't know raba me Ansah I was saying no all of a sudden was when your opportunity to make him very well. Let's even assume, give him the benefit of doubt. Say, I'm pampa no kre. Opesa 10 ne yejuma. Enti mekai His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say, where the onyenya power, where the nyamiadom, Ghana for have reposed in you an overwhelming confidence. Enti obi bia odin semhuno, awo techiman south. Obi bia odin semhuno, etwa samra ne nidi. Ablekuma Central, obi wi, etwa samra ne nidi. How kumsin krofa ebi mututuo ebi mutu ananamo nso do etwa samra no mdi how kumsin ankasa what the pepper spray ekọ ba bia ye to aba offensive weapon etwa samra nidi yetna akan eti I am so happy kwankwache said ne me no ka say de bia mkatam say John Dramani Mahama haya no tia I am doing say that be because John him say han ye kanokure. Sure, Sabi John Ankani Yekra, you bet my hair papa magazeja with your wafum and abraka. That be na me maintain among country. Mura John Dramani Mahama say your promise you position see by you be repeatedly LI 2462. I am rather not who found the comra shebigam. Men crofo who quine a cop a year quite bretum. What say quite bretum say almost goodie. Consistently, I have called on my president say that very law must be repealed. And I heard that they want to amend that very provision. And I said, Mr. President, I have politics near you. And a politics near with the optics and the spectacle part of it. Opposition, no, but 2028 I campaign say, John Dramani Mahama kaso be repealing law. One repeal it. So whoever comes, but since Anikum, look, yes, we may want to have reforms or amend that very provision, but we can still achieve that same purpose using different routes. The route Otuda Akomeswaja say, let's first repeal the LI 2462. When we have done that, we have fulfilled a manifesto promise to the good people of this country. Then we resurface the amended portion. I person amended it now in a form of a new bill through Parliament, get it through, receive presidential assent, and would have fulfilled our destiny of say a person amended that very portion. We would have achieved two things, but different route. It's the Enko Drew campaign be no be because you can say be repealing law that you're repealing. Me ba asem me cannot here. Yes. It's John Dramani Mahama so etina se no hu say no bi. Me share Ghana for bo say we be we dey nyambransen bia. I'll make sure say we bring those people to the book. Eti me no ka say we refer electoral violence report free afim pinuni aduno. Kosi afim pinuni aduno 9. Abatuo no what is sa report no akoma attorney general say o hwem na omo esefata say ye mom ko de fiase no those who need to be incarcerated ye behe na make sure say mbra no medi. And this I am sure John Dramani Mahama will follow that to the letter. Sometimes so be opposition na say meti hu kasa ya na mo ya mesere ye free suro ba de so obia ni won mo a wode mo be chem okrom ha me free sroba and so, and I keep reminding you that you guys are in opposition now. Sa to me na mukura you are abusing it capriciously no sa to me ni mu sabim, and we will make sure say obi bia wodi sense hunu no bia those people will be brought to Kwame. Apart from that yama atie for so hunu say Mahama care bill no ya pass it. And you see, the Biamaka said, rather than Nientia at this material point, but over Facebook and Washamai, one mobile in a acknowledge him. Rather than Nientia, you know, at this material point, or the a certain John Dramani Mahama by. And a Radinsunim Nientia at this certain point of Ghana, Yankan Chrono. Wama, the NDC, 184 members of parliament, Minuka say they have attained a 2/3 majority status. While John Dramani Mahama remains a supreme leader, the House of Parliament is clothed with the supreme powers. They are christened a 2/3 majority. Whatever is even in the entrenched part of the constitution, Minuka say NDC for better me asano. I'm say Mr. President, Bibia na nobody share constitution na amwa. Bibia parliamentarians etraso hu say amwa. Use your numbers to change it for the benefit of our people. Because sa 184 yenim de bebo and ye bia gisa me time. Because this 184 say Radin send ni usua. It's difficult. So your president you will be able to attain this. Now I'm not surprised. What says when nipa bonini edu o minus wa. O minus a penny. Tina na kufa do so no minus a penny. When nipa bonifo and a bit so in the last 8 years. No crana make catch up no muncha wait Africana. I'm telling you the truth. But what say nipa papa do o minus wa. O minus o minus ekoye no manfo no. Wo mutena asumdwe odo ene enyunyam. To paraphrase, it's obvious. Said John Dramani Mahama by one first time show people to, but actually said the whole country has calmed down. The whole country has come down. The whole country has come down. Enti ayadia me hunu say ese bo Mahama ba so na ye ka Mahama care no a ye ka Mahama care no a ye besha abam ba someone sum say kwam Sami Jamfi lawyer Sami Jamfi fantastic man na ora Sami Jamfi there one day me amesha da the salary at a time na ma beka no asama kire. One of the few guys say Yan when this mua ka boys be bre papa. Aban we ba power. One of the few leaders that sorted boys out. Hey, lawyer Sammy Jenfi. I know what I'm talking about. Sammy Jenfi anyone nim common kwetiri. As long as we are part of Sammy Jenfi be boa. Me say one day me ne kwame ya de yesika be boom. Your salary near 2 time. Near bet tell who Sammy Jenfi is. But enya no. But me no can say Sammy Jenfi SU a Fia Schwarzenegger. Na rate of summons no. Kwa mom fan to so mai. Over Facebook so anu share. Ganya nyina Ansah just woni hey when tia bi ni ba bi ati. Mununum stations mutia kanu krache. Kwa faso. Ozi notice of summons. And kwa before I forget. Mayor Kevin Taylor and Sem Kakra. Say Sem who na nkrofo cow Montano, we must stop that nonsense. Because he was so called so many Ansah okrom hanu a. One mere politicians, yeah lawyers why. Sabi mpanyifo no sabi tafrache na mo fanche me Jimmy Samoa say nkrofo na ka okrom hanu say the so called Kwame and no man nyesa adwuma na wakoje bribe. I'm telling you. And e be say adwuma no. Ba no de mame kwa no Ansah. More fire also. Ansah fatus we. Rate of summons, notice of which is to be served outside of the jurisdiction and issued pursuant to leave of the court dated 23rd July 2025. Come, 23rd, I know. Fresh case. Rate issued from Accra, date in Uwaho, and a case number. In the Superior Court of Judicature, in the High Courts of Justice, General Jurisdiction Accra, AD 2025. So between assembly between Samuel Jenfi, also known as Sammy Jenfi. Okay, baby oteno ewa ehu hia Sammy Betuja, and he is the plaintiff. And near yes, you know, so be defendant, no. Valentina Nana Ajewa, also known as Fia Schwarzenegger, or also baby ote New York, US, no, or also yedi ababetua. Is you also no don't know the I follow Fia Schwarzenegger or Facebook or do I don't know. I don't know. An action having been commenced against you by the issue of this rate by the above named plaintiff Samuel Jenfi. Samuel Jenfi, also known as Sammy Jenfi. Now, when we say a first was negative, they were coming to actually Sammy Jenfi, and one of them, Otimika Sakra said, Wanuna, Yesu Christo, Baba Krano. So betime kuja Sammy Jenfi our dear asem your secret be na what secret of abrai me sometimes wrong when if you was nigga if you forget it if you was nigga ha he ni okuruma o if you was nigga if you was nigga open synonym of brofuma e agrada. I'm telling you, if you was nigga is equal to agrada. Woman is she okuruma ya chi agrada was working not to me or court public sympathy e papi agrada ti kroma. Was say man told you friend agrada eti krom hadom ase yesu ba na e ba kokra no ene won say mra che no wo hu say to me etumi obi the same way and Affairs was negative eti Affairs was negative target obi or credibility no can say muna kire no was say the credibility in this country and it is bad say some hunu no guys dey be di I don't know the views na say YouTube na etu amka some dem ba vias man bobra either some of them who beto be ma so anasa mba wo moto pane anasa mba koye mu shape na body na mu de na TikTok na chesa na ema mu views na mu de say enkoda na fe matia sim kwase akeka wo obinya credibility a no mpeso mo sense mu no e na so a Sammy Jenfi lawyer Sammy Jenfi asiu eye can say Affairs was nigga. I mean secret ben how woni secret bia I am daring you who was secret of Abra Affairs was nigga woni secret bia secret man grandpa na mother Kwame grant say was secret man na mother now secret man since who fall create wo ba ho who cry your ba Affairs was nigga your ba who cry we saw it in a video Kwame ni kunwura mu akamayan boys in Kwame guess now guess now we boys me beche It's so funny. It who crowd any secret. Now, Sammy Jenfi, secret near day. So, but my good warrior. Said the lawyer Sammy Jenfi. The point, Kwame, I'm establishing is say, you want Crawford to say fierce was nigga. Omo you be a wabobra, no matter getting. In their mind, they do political blackmail. Say, blackmail no because stories are between and Ansah. Kwame, in the name of the country, Yamana sliding here is careful. We have journalists in this country. And this is a story I'm not the Queen's no, yes, I didn't. I don't know. But in the case of Sammy Jenfi, who this story be at? Who this secret be at? Who do you mean? Well, African Awadiana so trying. Kwame Samuel Brand, you know. Yeah. Now, Kwame, yes, Sammy Jenfi, you know, so send your born quiet. Also, I find girl. Sammy, but Samuel bad boy. On the more serious note, Sammy should dash shot in where you find girl. Eti, Kwame, we're in your case. My am so fierce was nigga, so I'm telling you, me and you see your platform we and boy fierce. There are some people that they don't merit the decency of public speech. I'm telling you. Young Crawford one merit to send a note to the because Sammy Jenfi is not only a lawyer, but a refined man. And I mean, look, I say, boys, no, Sammy Jenfi has sort of out. Says I know, I'm going to call for a grad. As I say, Sammy Jenfi come $800. You be good and more. I say, come on, say, I'm washing. Brain a champion come $6,500. I make case. Come out 200,000 cities or so. I make case. This MPP recent elections, yes, someone spending 60 million plus cities. Canada, Japan alone, I'm a 4 million Ghana cities. In your case, no be command just $800. Ah, Kwame Kwachibu for better many per 10. Say ya. Kwame be general number many per 10. $800. Kwame Ntima. Also di. Also better mama. Eti Kwame. Nye better man say yen chalo ya Sammy Jenfi. Na yen catch and say he should not be detracted by this detractors. But the suit is the right thing. Na enyense na hone hwasopa. Emma fofra, wam som do mu free jimyim. Ensem hunu anom so medidi akọ. Ensem hunu anom so medidi akọ. Ensem hunu no, we must stop it. We must stop it. That's what she does. And you know, Kwame, there are a couple of people that's what they do. Obi wonu so who said the popularity kwa from wa. Kwame not the who betwitch the likes of Sammy Jenfi, not the popularity that's out. Eti we no ankanya na Sammy Jenfi so akwache camera sin so. And I acquire interview. Now, more news needing cause some say me person say no. See court, meet me in court. Sana Agrada, Ekokoye, and Agrada is behind bars. What about you, Sasa? Kwame, a verse was negative, and you boat to no tree. With no disrespect to be a tribute. But as a money, man, so man homeless to say. Will be a tree range be a na, will tree Bentley be a na. Oh, a boat driver. I first was like a boat driver, but you boat for power because boat for the enemy program. But the point I'm making is that boat drivers here who are humble. Come me boy, who shall boat driver, Uber driver, those guys are some disciplined. But if first was like a old driving boat, no, why the man license? What do you need discipline, gra? When you discipline who? If first was nigga. Now delay crop of an by crop delay and they introduce a first was nigga in acting. Oh, go and find a Kwame. A first was the delay, the ecosystem. Delay we as a crowd will be trouble delay. So such a person, Kwame, me we see time we forget him. But the point you are making is near lawyer Sammy Jenfi is in the right direction. Kwame Kwachi so be our friend connected here. Nya man for me Yemechi. Now what about Sokofa Bemechi? Oh, Bamo about Jamaica. Assuming without admitting, put say, same po, which is not true. Sammy Jenfi and yet true, but me the custom say, assuming without admitting. Says Sammy Jenfi a pet girl outside the wife a news. News. But Sunny girl, and then the wife a pet boy outside the marriage a news. Kramay Kenny Penny news, but Nipaka Kramaya a news. Sabi. Kwame forget if you was nigga. Oh, now Krampo the ube dwene. Say, hey, my teacher double. Unim say up to now. The videos who are bonting. That be show dying. Ube show dey. Won't mean show. It's against the Public Order Act. A friend indecent exposure. Ushwa. You babe show. Won't mean show. Usho dey kakra. Kwame Kwasi dey na apahwe na wie. So person show. No man who first was nigga we no. Kwame yen show kakrai. Ni on be yan so be che, muti yan kra show. David. Kwame say ebu ye ho fia. And enye fia so as nigga nti and e ba be show. So what we are telling lawyer Sami Jemfini say why are the pa and papa na ogu so ye no nkoso nye Kwame ye be call lawyer ho. Me no as me producer ye be call lawyer Sami Jemfi ho. Enye ne bonus so. And me, I'm the typer. So penny be one here come asem ye hia o enye case. And I Kwame ye case. Enye case. But Kwame, me pese me ne Ghana Catholic bishops ekasa kakra. Na me CS ni. Me kwa sorry na ache but me a Christ Apostolic Church member. Enti mena mubuo so makasa but no kure enyu buasem tie poto kasa ma can be say what is good for the goose is equally good for the gander. Say jinamwa ene sebo nyina a part of the cat family dia ne yema jinamwa no eyema eye osebon so. We lived in this country for 8 years. Kwame, for 8 good years, we had Christian Council, Muslim missions ahudo bebre. Your Catholic Bishops Conference, and Ghana Catholic Bishops. Your CSOs ahudo, National Union of Ghana Students. Your civil societies bebre. Ghana Bar Association. Nursing and midwives, one council, one so many associations, Kwame. Under the reign of Nana Nebuchadnezzar, yet na Ghana under Nana Akufo-Addo Breso. Maybe say how many of these groups and your taste how mokasa etia Nana Akufo-Addo aban? How many? Ne die ne si yakusi apia wie. Mekura body na menim say say obi be a friend Ghana Catholic Bishops. Egusu ho. 6 months pa obi baba ya president afede ya tamunka 8 years edie no mkan e okruma Christian Council 8 years under Akufo-Addo edie no mkan okruma civil society organizations ahodua and e be petition say Chief Justice one when hey Akufo-Addo time na mutikroma edie no mkan edie pa no mkan Mami or your head of nursing for any. Mami MPP ni yo. Kwame MPP no. MPP yo Ghana registered nurses and midwives. Sama MPP no. Ah who sama hama bente so ogu nanimu asenti obe demonstration ya. Ya tia no ose afedio. Ya tia opa bra enkrofo tifi ne be replace wo na makotrefie. Because we respect nurses, we respect midwives. But enye ensem hunu bia na respect okruma. All of a sudden, John Dramani Mahama be a mojeni nimu obaya just 6 months Kwame and Krofowe some would say 8 years crampo mutnem na Akufo-Addo the same thing na mupeno wanyama mu for 8 years but will be by 6 months eti na me pese me bisa mo say when I cited a year bishop conference Catholic Bishop conference na me bisa mo say eti Catholic Bishop conference na mo kroma na fe de marshal say advise John Dramani Mahama na mo kroma. And we should be fair to every government. If indeed we a neutral organization, so-called. Me neutral, but me truthful. I can never be a neutral journalist. I don't want to be a neutral journalist. I want to be a truthful journalist. A lot of journalists are the neutrality aside Ghana. But thank you, you're truthful like Ghana be. And this in India, that is the only way we can build a country. God is not even neutral. Eti Kwame, yan can't Ghana Catholic Bishops. One year software there, you need them. But yes, wrong. In as much as we agree with their position, say electoral violence in yet. Yanka who answer no. Me Mpa Bonne said they chronicled electoral violence at SEC in the past and Sana John Dramani Mahama. Because me share idea number 1 FM4 at where come here. almost say Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference called for rule of law over recent electoral violence. It teaches Ablekuma based on your number 1 FM 105.34 Ekutireno over recent elections. Just Ablekuma pay. Now I was West Wagona, a sitting member of parliament, Sam George, that former yet you now one. I didn't know the Omanka Wasam. The Chima South, any pound watch, a wooya, Kwadabe 8 years since we know. Adena Ghana Catholic Bishops Refie. Ablekuma Central. Kwame, Onipa Wuyano, Adenum Refie. Our Kumsing, Eddie pepper spray, offensive weapon, echo, election grounds, Adenano Refie. I'm asking. Krofua Wu in elections. Adena Ghana Catholic Bishops Refie. And my bishops, with all respect to you, I think, sir, you are gradually becoming hypocrite. I am sorry, sir. It's not in my intent. Some make us but no cry, and I make us no Catholic bishops. And like I said, me the can baby, I'm some as a CSC boy. They've taught us to be respectful to our leaders. And to work no respect in Intel Catholic bishops. Munya sanya mano sanya twomniama yediti krom ha asa ban bi ba oro na moja woni mu yan kanasam aban foforo ba suddenly you guys find your lost voices sense am no mumyenyai akufado to so bia ntunefo Jomahama ba ya fere ya nya asofo kotu Jomahama for say National Cathedral asofo no don't prosecute them. We will prosecute them today, we will prosecute them tomorrow. Se osofo afa kwan bode so edu oman Ghana sika e free Nyankopon sam e dane oman fo no asem. Bank of Ghana or heaven. Finance Minister or Yajuma heaven. No, I'm asking you. Atu force no Yajuma heaven. Ana honorable Esiam or Yajuma paradise. Et we are then Yajuma or Ghana also Kajakwa heaven. Obeji wo hansen and Radema or Sakotiano. Tomorrow be and faster will be your so for me. We will respect the clergy, we shall continue to respect them. But Obi be a Wabu Ghana Mraso, it doesn't matter the color or the skin. When the Pakuna is not beyond the laws of our nation and Mradin Bidi. And we will not allow anybody to go and confuse John Dramani Mahama. And Mr. President, please listen. Yenimsa was soft heart for Asofo. But I'm sorry, Asofo Kronfordie, don't deal with them. Mr. President, I know you have soft heart for men of God. We all have soft heart for men of God. But don't entertain men of God that are born out of thievery. Corrupt men of God. Don't entertain them, Mr. President. And yes, a Ghana for be drown rough. And I will lead that crusade, Mr. President. We love you. We don't want you to fail. Internet de be a better than Bruce. You cannot create and pour your papa. Me, Obianim, say 2028. Messia Twaba NDC. Me fancy. I am a professor journalist and this is for comma somewhere now ko ya mesa kama gachrom but adwuma John Dramani Mahama Adam abodan makoto abedetiawo just send your from kwan but don't send the NDC kwa masa meko ko live 5 am at Twaba NDC 2028 won't you say to free Ghana mimi case. We need to have journalists even though they can show their political coloration o metima say jira kanokre. I mean why bishops will crum and muntimin kanokra and chrek Nanakufado. Nanakufado batrasi a drumri crowd and Sabin Kunkach I am for some sorry. Catholic bishops will crum her. Near the $97 million a kotu amana friend cathedral. Woman Oma Mahua. Catholic bishops will crum her. You see the $2 million. I quack of fast kite trainer ba Oma Mahua. Look at the shady SML deal. Look at the shady PDS scandal. Nina Catholic bishops Okroma. Oma Mahua. Yenya president or ye a whole Lexus Land Cruiser see what in a konya esim. And Mr. President, we must even prosecute that kind of ill action. Na nakufadu timidi na konyo betra so. Esi Land Cruiser na air condition airborne Land Cruiser na akonya no. Na owo sentries guard etetale. Aya air way akonya no. Na Ghana for ma me no ton esota no any shoemaker no ne otu da ko taxes ya kabwa no ne de akwa tua akoto fuel ne ye de amasa aka na akonya wo mro na Ghana ni tiba bi onya dwuma nye Catholic bishops were in this country, they were silent. Christian Council, you were silent. Muslim missions, you were silent. Civil society organizations, and a boy watching a nekufado. All of a sudden, Papa na mo jeni ni munaba, tenino, waba. Nye yemfane nya hwe no, wono de waba. Nye obi atimi ka bi kire no, wono no waba. Eti wo mo na enkasa before no, afei de, I'm sorry. Omo nyanimde, omo yasofo ntimi ye careful. Omo nyanimde se afei de ombetu nifo. Mr. President, se bronsam tufo, na de obekwa wiye pa. Eyesin so memo obofo tufo, na de wakwa wiye bone. Of course, bronsam ntimi nya so obofo da. But people na make it. It's better to allow a lay person to advise you than to believe in a so-called cassock. O she said or so for na dress here. What they no advice. So no. Now you so simple men of God. Look at this young prophet Alvin Soa. Those guys are young guys. He's a guy I admire so much. Prophet G.K. Mensamo. Very young guys. I don't know use one. Jesus ahofemo Bishop Akwesi Apiamu Nigeria. The young guys, God is using them. Eti my mo kasok bia me hunahuna Mr. President. Onyankopon ade be ne ya. Eno hwe me show some komba kokotu Mr. President say. Ana yesima Israel fon koware se Ethiopia o se Egypt fon ma. Ana Moses koware ye. Moses bumra no so. Ana ninua Miriam oh ye penin any Aaron mo kokan ye Miriam kokan no ana Awurade ma wada na kwata you took the same Moses ana edian kwata katu ben on ko hunehuna president na president hunehuna obenwa say any I will not prosecute them na Mr. President say ultimate the chair asofo a omadi ye bone on this cathedral. Mr. President, your conscience as a catcher say you won crofo wo prison me Ghana for e me nya sofo but ni omudi ni less as we you nyina on presidential pardon. And yes sir, Mr. President, you have failed your people. Mami Fanusia Kwame unum say one of the most fantastic ministers under John Dramani Mahama, I am the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. He's one minister. That's why many ministers be breshia. So when I talk to you, say Kwame, me betran konya bunu so ansana me like me different will be na say me hwa obi no na adwuma na oye no me hunu say like why Accra so besom Ghana. Ama Kofi Boa, right? That is his name. Ama Kofi Boa. Kwame, Ama Kofi Boa. Ama Kofi Boa. Ama Kofi Boa. Ama fantastic Minister of State. And Mr. Minister, my three mun de say me ba fans. Adwuma na aye ntina me ma fans. Adwuma no na Mr. Minister wo ye. Look, was started Blue Water Initiative thing. Near Castle Diagro. And then we have Blue Water Initiative Gaza. They are disarming Galamseyers. Oh, Galamsey sites. You were forest, I ne. Kwame, me no say, Omatimi aje Africa Galamsey for them. Through the initiative and instrumentality of fantastic minister Ama Kofi Boa. Almost establishing the NIMOS. We thought say like joke. I had to say interministerial committee on illegal mining. Bakuana ayi Charles Bisu Mukawin. This is totally different to Kwame. Adwuma NIMOS na shase bono. And they owe everything to the honorable minister. Who said that me betranum ka say one way yensanshi wom so munko nwura munko fight for munyai. Because that time no na NIMOS ne mai. Enti ene obia te da sha brobeto man kwara so akongura so okon Galamsey. Satan na many problem. Ama me kran be ka say Ministry of Lands o me na cheye ntuma mu meblemu bia. But now the NIMOS is in session. It won't mean me sorry nko pe constitution bi nko pani baby say wey obi anka cho say kongura mu otra ho na obi anye na adwuma. Now there's NIMOS in session o me na yes adwuma no. One can boa and he lead this crusade no, and they are doing a fantastic job. But Kwame, Ansah na ebe vuram de din ko no me pese ye bo eye owura ama Kofi Boa abaso na memba ne hunu se adwuma bi a wo ye bia no ye ni so 425 excavators and other machines and was easy. O say ya no mo di ankonbehye no na district fo hia no ma say de Ghana sika kokra nyansa wo hia excavators na ma ne district but okoche excavators na no wa hye no na so mo say hia for district na wa say diska foforo akota excavators papa we buy o say there be ma mo hye no 425 excavators and other machines have been seized under Kofi Boa. 1,345 arrests nationwide and prosecutions are steadily progressing. And on the minister Mesro, Mudru point to be a moment the state of prosecution. But of course, Kabori wa idea. I'm sure say the name be mo beche chem later. Forestry Commission has also seized the following from illegal miners: 177 excavators, 4 bulldozers, 12 vehicles, 43 motorcycles, 100. Ha! A friend of mine says, Minister Binim Nyansa, ha, Kwame. Wallahi talai. Obakaya, and Krofu we kokwache, I'm say, ya kokwache excavators. Excavators in Swabia, Obako grounds, no, ebi use motorbikes, they don't account for it. Ebi use generators, they don't account for it. Kwame, okay. They be so much excavators, and you make excavators no more. Akufo Addo, Minister of Lands, former Minister of Lands, they were not accounting. And ne, Enyema ahodoa. Enyema ahodoa. Enyema ahodoa. Omko ni nyina, omka ho asem. 43 motorcycles, 155 pumping machines, 184 chamfines, 15 detector machines, almost 10 heavy duty generators. Hey, Kwame, why not me salutu the other time? No? Me salutu obi yade ma me salutu no why? Sami Jemfi na me salutu no, and then Sami Jemfi da. Masa fa camera de fem so. Krachi, me salutu minister. See, minister. All correct. Now, maybe one coming out 21 gun salute. Yeah, fantastic. What about Jimmy salute? Just all Bojuma. So for any two penaji, lawyer Sami Jemfi. And a second one, Mediama a year bra penning, Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. Udimba Buanache say you go social case. Kwame. And why ma yanya juma. And I bedding come bebre eufia. Nema bebre na koso but ma me nua Kabori nkasa okasama oswafo ohwe yensa asesem yekwa abiritu ene ne eka ho nyina eso enti waba fie de yebedi nkomo samunim se ene honorable minister ene yedi nkomo from Jubilee House based on Omanpenin directive through government communication machinery. Ye bra penin kwachi fosu honorable edano no. Sector ministers no your mama kwenya after 6 months no biya be kire yen ne omo call home ko huye ene adwuma omo ye me ba to ba Facebook ana wa share mai enti ministers dey bibria aba. I think the interior minister and start here honorable Muntaka and start here. A lot of them, but Honorable Ahmed has come through. A lot of them. And Drew, a minister for Lands and Natural Resources. He was very succinct, but very potent in some kind. Ono idea. Na actually say, remember ono actually chemu amayen. But ubetimi so adjoin feed no. Ma men kan we poto kasam kakra na afei memrefi. Number 1, also we have drawn a line in the sand, and Mr. Kabori, I wish you could take note for me. Later, no watch that. Also, we have drawn a line in the sand, and we will fight against irresponsible, reckless mining activities. Kwame, my main fadi we mana ultimate to swana aboa yeah na afi omu nyina so hu kama okay kwa masani ama nti minim how I met me I put on Facebook but that's fine. Also, we have drawn a line in the sand and we will fight against irresponsible, reckless mining activities in any form. Obakai, you are crassing. When will be quite no pet a boy and I said, yeah, now the child line, a one yenum. Which child line? There's any brother also park cross it. Minister said, what draw, sir, you know, that's it. Number 2, we are also not against mining, but we believe that mining must be done responsibly and sustainably, and we will do everything to support responsible mining. Now, I had a yamete, Ghana mine. The entire Mebo minister Nabasu Nina, salute Oji Nina Hanawo, Tina Mibekay. Or see all 9 red Galamsey forest zones successfully repossessed. It's one with the entire Mimi Masalut Kayo. David. Papa, me share, me pa, mammy shall not me pa me, I don't care. Median so you man, I know come. I mean, what I was walking at least to encourage him, send your young Ghana for any so. That's what I'm saying. 89 red galam and my boss is here, so I bet you to my minja and on tour. Let me make it clear. The ministry is under no illusion that the fight against illegal mining is an easy one. We know that it is a marathon, not a sprint. We will definitely prevail. Minister said, fight no. Emu adin kakra na hano me wo adwenkyere kakra nti me wura ba yedie hano I have small disagreement. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources is on course to achieve its mandate to ensure the sustainable management and utilization of the nation's lands, forests, and wildlife resources, as well as the efficient management of our mineral resources. And also our yebedi san komo no nemo yewia and Komokesi back on Suhonum, which has to do with Professor Atamils. Now, you know him say, and Professor Atamils, ye an enkaidum, a year near Tosso Dumiensa, in the 13th edition course of University of Professional Studies Accra. Now, Chief of Staff, Ahobra Silva, Anna Obeye Chairperson. Now, Mame Charlotte say, former Electoral Commissioner, and a keynote speaker. Now, Jumawra ho. Yeah, Alhaji Sidwa Gungu, fantastic man. Just say your point in your home, Papa. Never see a general, but Papa, Yanjo ha everybody office be very fine. Mr. Frank Crow, until there, don't worry. Come on, Akwaba.
Yeah, bro, Nana. I don't pineapple. I mean, you suka home.
Why fresh?
You suka cracker.
My kind of so you're flesh man.
And I'm sure.
But you man so tea. People like you know, I am not here by any name.
That's right.
I'm not in your day, but the mechanical crutch.
But that's so.
People like you know, not say a by any name, and I wish say other communicators. No, I mean government machinery communicators. No, but fast as to buy no to send your way. Bibia no be chirichirim. Who say fellow scratches in? Sa agenda no hoba. Bibia no chirichirim. Esa na a clear doubt.
That's right.
Inti. Maybe we minister Basono. Maybe Abaso.
That's it.
The minister pa.
That's baby.
And the minister need to come.
That's right.
From and someone near Kanya. If you are back to the specifics,
but that's baby. Then I'm more Wabaso really. A fantastic job done.
More fire
for the people of Ghana. Na me more wapamfu na ura kwache. Kwache de they say was say any sinkonwa na trese.
Oh. Kwache produce sa.
Kwache o say
na ka we kaket we bi na kwache dem.
Enche kra enche bi se kwache nkom enche kra enche. Na my more abusuafo aka nyina ba so ma menchia watiefo ne wahwefo a wono agebre ene adaje ne yedi dwumadi awie awie ma memfa nchi asronko ne abasobo kese nkoma owura Felix onwonyamfo Felix kwachi ofusu amai bofu bo hene a ohwe se obototo ne ma nyina in fact ono na de esi nei ene de esi atwamu nyina kofa ba ye se amamu ni nyina ne ISSB banu akosum fidie banu na wose omokohwe Ghana for to abama na wudi akonwa ana wudi won so a ho be hia sa abrenu bia no o mo hunu sede amamu no nchechire no ene anamoto nyina ekọ. So this is one of the greatest initiative for any government communication minister would institute, and to me him one abaso was akwan so. And then yemre so ya hwe nsase sem forma gudi tu kwabere tu ne ho mpempena na owura olumunyamfo ama Kofibua Emmanuel nyameni ye wo ho elembele Starboy ene chese ojina paso no nsem odigu ye nim no clearly shows say for a long time in our mineral honest as a country, no, this is the first time one a baby aba minister be leading vanguard, no, ama isika koko any shiradi bi anyamidi dua ya sasi mu no ye pese shira no enem faso no enka just numaku afra manone ne mumtima mufuo mum ebedi so enfaso kese pa eya reho kese se on almost all occasions when you juxtapose the comparison with a mining community in South Africa to say Johannesburg, now here a mining community in Ghana to say Obuasi, now here baby a mining activity Johannesburg I could do na baby Obuasi that's so a quarry idea now I have a Nina has to do with the direction of the country in terms of policy, in terms of laws and all of that. Eti ne komodie ne start free o man mara kunni e boy e former gudie to who your friend of the Minerals and Mining Act Act 2 Act 703 2006 and at the Mining and Minerals Policy home common na started the na obaye wa Minerals Commission ama common we be wa ya start here in fact I'm happy to announce that we are done with about 85% of SAR engagement now. In the coming days, we'll be wrapping it up. Ni say the kind say oko mining communities are especially large scale mining companies. When him say your friend is saying prospecting licenses, yeah, I'm the more in perpetuity. Wow. Say I do sekurano.
No the energy juma. The shakura wo me mfie na duasa edi mfie duasa na se wutumi enye bibia na se eno no o man no fa so many enya free so enti wo se as part of nkomo ayedi no yemfa nhye mu se enya de a we betimi yakita sa ye be ma ho kwa ma sa leases ne biom na ye mfie da so do kra na ye hwe na ye tim mfie no mra form se de be ya 10 years ago na ye de ba then by 10 years, I want to be also a different some prospecting.
No, yes. Or here's idea.
By 10 years,
to me, but people are holding it for more than 15 years.
Even 5 years.
So, no. And the another dear, the kind, they're tossing you know. Or call mining communities now. Mining companies in the community in the Kushia. No, so many idea on friend of community development agreement.
Okay.
Now, mining community no, I can say, okay. You got any ounce of gold wa ya pese di wo hama bupin ba akosi wo mamo na edihwe mpuntu sem minja so say Johannesburg ye na saka Johannesburg aduru bi aduru no enti this time around you said no to say mining company na ekwo chire community for the ye dey mamo in terms of if you go adwen you almost say it's a CSR policy, corporate social responsibility, enti no it's not really legally binding enti the omo pena. This time around,
is it a CSR?
Yes, most of them are just.
Because if a CSR, yeah, like you said, then you're legally binding.
And I can out of it's an agreement.
Anyway,
it's an agreement. Most of the mining companies they tell me that they see a CSR agreement with the communities. But the air can say any ideas are there no. Your person here Juma going forward. Going forward, a buyer or who be should determine how much. Based on the pricing and other factors, you know, how much, what percentage should the mining company pay to the community for community development? And that should be part of their mining lines, their mining lease idea.
I said the
And you agree to those conditions even before you get the license. Said we can fast track development because mining, whatever form it takes, mining always comes with environmental consequences. And the chrono na all facing the brunt of mining activity. No, I don't know. I was saying a whole 7 from a bar.
Louis, a picture of Johannesburg. Where you too good.
Yes.
We are not a picture of Obuasi. Now, so what's my grade, dear mammy? What do Obuasi better left? Now the Johannesburg are too right. Why? Who we are catching me? Near to Facebook. Na Ghana for me.
They should appreciate.
Because Kaboria me at your say Johannesburg is too good. If you about any the good na you crew South Africa. Yes, Obuasi you two from 1800s. No, near Crescent your Obuasi. We are Masonte senior Bajango.
A BM mining company be a budget licenses. Semi good too. Yamano be 10 years and 15 years. Say license way they say in the vessel. Pray your policy near act and say there's a window for automatic renewal. Do to no do be a cabe busumi and something said a cohine dietremuno. Now umbre yaswa. Well with me actually I can say me sample say me to move me in home. He said the air can say no. Fair timelines in the amount of swan, we should be able to halt it. Now conditions a woman no, so what feel Libya, engine through some. We can even want to introduce new conditions based on the global trade. Father said, how the mining lease will be in 2014 or 2015. Sometime the global price of gold, they saying,
okay,
and the global price of gold, they saying. And he said, Nadina would never say, oh, per se, Sebi, Unen science, say, yeah, you will be able to factor in the current trends, international trends near the so that it benefits what ye to the end will Kurumuno. And also, ya dear, ye say review process, I in ano, you be to me. That also, Bium, when him say, oh, Kruma, were just 2 tier layers.
Okay. The
large scale companies and the small scale companies. Yeah, try to introduce a third tier where we are talking about the middle scale company or the medium scale company. Said the beya obi or small scale. Now one no small scale no do, but also only capacity of to do large scale. Nti ye man opportunity to settle within the medium scale. Small scale ne hyehyɛ yɛnko large scale hyehyɛ yɛnko obi ho den babru small scale hyehyɛ but na ho den nuru large scale hyehyɛ ye man opportunity ne create medium scale because it doesn't make sense say Kabore mining company me small scale me concession wa ha me concession wa ha that then yen kan bom ne the medium scale na fe yen proper coordination and monitoring. Nti ye ba wa so ye ye ba na o 2 medium scale company we ni akwankyere e dia ma na eno na wudi so na wo ye ne say eno be boa ma even the indigenization and local content na ye hwehwe no e betimanya local participation no wetimi aboa ama yetimi anya so mfa so kwa
but my question we are connected with Nyaokan
good
me and of course ebiana monjuni ho ana say I feel na mojuni whatever but Ghana mamra say a good year be a shasas na no Ghana mind ya
yes
na ye obi esi ho or your man penny
that's right
our yet trusty
holding in trust of the people
intino gold ni diamond na chef for oil no ayetu no
that's right
yemi otu da akone Kabore ni Ghana for akadia
that's right
name John Dramani Mahama president
ehweni nyina so my
through the minister no omohwe so emaye intina me bisa na say me bisa mo say about the same obi sorry ka say me individual akwaje concession me too good no individually
that's right
otu a aban so no ji royalty so say wo ji tax so say na oji no me share we
o Ghana ni no
yes because I don't know maybe mo kwa bondwen who can we get to a point that Ghana will take charge of all explorations into one way you on the field no you Ghana then we have no qualms but say yes say me can no bit make us say we am a concession no too gold no me can no and so maybe I know such a thing.
No credit said all kind of sanity mrem. So good evening in idea. Tina say we feel crana is a good evening so if you know the idea was the idea mining in idea. So share your friend is saying and she say over the years not just a good evening. A lot of things that are for the Ghanaian people. But some say minor engine room pempen so obenya that capacity. So no abe na di nti. Na ya banana ho na wadama. Ye wo bibi say wo ho. Obetumi akwa kuyi ma yi a na wanya bi. O ka wa bono wo tia afa bi na yenso ya fa bi. Say be class asena sia yenyinya ho de bi ko yi die. Nti that has been the arrangement over the years. Nti na ebi wo a large scale company no abam ebi wo a small scale company no abam patch what I say the other aspect actually say nyina benefit no for instance mineral development fund say to cheche agudie no so mfa so nyina na ye de wo ha mabupan adunu ekoma MDF a okokuro no so a onka se wo na odansi hini ye mpuntu amada bi ye mpuntu de mo bia ebi ye minerals revenue a eba oman no mu no Puntu de ma obia. I am told over the years, sanity be out na yen kan budgeting we no. Ubehunu how our mind intend to use your mineral revenue. So yes, I agree with you that we should get to the point where see I didn't hear in terms of extraction, yenya state-owned companies are and no extraction no. Then we can get people as subcontractors.
Yes,
then we would more or less pay you and get our money. But indirectly, so the idea of gold board and so on is almost becoming the same. Apart from the large scale companies, it's almost becoming the same because say company now obey juma na yetu okay said at the end of the day the gold becomes the people of Ghana through gold board. Na ya could trade na mfaso woman ye dia beboa o man chichire. So yes, you know how bad me say kakra ade a yebetumi adru ho no. One other important thing say and also as part of the review no yebetumi abolishing the upper limit of stability agreement 15 years.
Okay.
Enti ye nyina yesa adwen say san komodi no he was envie dunum ewo mu dodo ye mfa mra from kra na emwa na o man no fa no ntoma pamfra. So in terms of policy reform, this has been a niema nkomo ayedie say beboa na atimi aboa wo hwe the beginning of the year Minerals Commission update you on my list in terms of the local content law and niema wo ye large scale mining company kra no a procurement and niema bi no would be fan koma amanoni ni se ono na mfambro you must buy it or kurum haya said be ya sika no a wo de bo mining company no ho bra no ebetimi stay okurum. It's a way of getting the Ghanaian people empowered and getting Ghanaian people to Ghanaian businesses to grow. And also a number of lists has been added. Eboa say ebetimi leave it to the full dictates of the local content law and in-country value. But ye reforms and I do reforms hon komo and on nanchen. Ejuma no ankasa pa so de ene ade bako ebe hu sa magalam say dia tese so your licensing regime nana obi say okita licenses and office so with my de ope obi kura licenses ekita no so kura anya papa eso de akobra bro hini bi edi so etu kokogu esezo essence enti onim say early part of the year omo transition period licenses kura de 55 and they revoke early part of the year. Now no say nkura say hade no mayendo musuko. Bia what we see as part of irregularities in the transition period no. Bia the watch the crowd also. Say now our guest was good as anything. Minutes at a Basonku led by the Deputy Minister Honorable Yusuf Sulemana. Omakoye sa be reviewed in Aba. Out of 1,278 mining licenses Ghana buying them between the year 2019 and 2025. A moon 962 is full of irregularities.
Wow. 900.
Share say, but a typical example. Obviously, a mining license will be a takwa manso. And now, inspector of mines, I can say, sa area no a kano and kurodos were hododo. Ni party was settlement. What scale of mining also you cannot afford to do what we call rap. Say, ube to the park what's number be no what the kurono mining.
Okay,
yes, say resettlement.
Okay.
It say ebi a ukọ obuase say ya kane no omo no mo town na Anglo Gold we here to omo ko new town. Oba amansi a na Asanko Gold Ghana na omo dwuma no be affect Tetrim community say omo to omo ko new Tetrim. It's a whole community, it's a whole package. But who small scale you don't have the resources to do that. It sa areas do minerals minings for your term they say you declare no unavailable.
Okay.
Inspector of mines at say I didn't unavailable. Yet some way somehow obi your licenses are all ye juma honum.
Wow.
Baby why it be say aha a restricted area be a forest and then be a high tension lines a tram. Who crowd obey juma no hodo no juma nyina you are not safe. It's yet to me allowing mining operation or licenses to allow operations there.
And only by convention in
terms of safety guidelines of mines at Juma yes.
Okay.
Because Mrano as well drinking also we know safety. Somewhere somehow someone has been able to secure a license to operate there. Obi or license na ekita no buy a system no more it shows say a dormant just say inactive a archive just say archive just say me person me call UPAC and am person me call Legon Kwenye law me starting process na manual application no na majai atuba bi enti active ye can legal students ayen coming kan anambwa.
That's true.
So those archives are people who started the registration process and abandoned it on the way. Yet, some for no alcohol grounds they have active licenses in Kita. So how did they got all of that? 907, 55 for no year the account because of the year we are dealing with until the initial 55 962. We have given minister have given them 2 weeks ultimatum. Obia irregularity no committee na trail letter ko we about company no we now ya etia mra e kire say we say we kuta licenses enti within our team you know o adanse kronkro bi a facts beyond reasonable doubt are submitted. After 2 weeks, one man submit it. I must say, clear on and clear. Maybe a committee is why a mistake because a human institution. And the committee is say, but any contrary evidence of Abra. After 2 weeks, one found by all 906 mining licenses will stand revoked, and we will re-advertise them for people who are ready to do the right thing to apply.
And no any illegal implications because
the legal implication is
yes. Even with prospecting,
that's right.
Time that home.
Yes.
Will be to me cry own you. So everyone say, I'm just giving just a figure.
Yes.
Say prospecting it be 5 years.
Okay.
But when the park like you said, we acquire illegally. And you know, men can illegally because whatever is acquired illegally, then it's not revoked.
That's right.
Which way when you
irregularities no makes it illegal. It makes you go against the mining the mining equipment registration and all of that LI 2431.
The process in one from we enya and we no the illegal things.
Process no baby our process the chira say Accra nya available to ko ye dwuma ho. How did you get the license to go there? Also bet them. And in fact people will not just have their licenses revoked. Other people will be prosecuted. And people at the Minerals Commission, so but that is a mona wantana why aiding and abating. People at the Minerals Commission will also be held responsible.
Minerals Commission, dear. I went from what the No, you see, I
know your reservations
because
about them.
NDC for move problem. When you wasem, when me masem, utuda ko masem. NDC for move problem. Minerals Commission, me yasa wote, na me nyai no obi a okasa wote enti na me kasa asem. Minerals Commission CEO ti we MPP ni mapa. Oh, ye ko kasa asem we a, obi be kasa ana den na onim nyasa se joma sabi nti ye nhwa na papa ne kopem. E wo se ye wura no o nyansa bo akwa. Ba sabi akwada nso timi to panyin fuma ne ye. Sabu ma yasa mbe ko position a, me da me no nko. I'm telling you, eti ade bia anya bia otu da ko meka. You still have Mr. Isi as the CEO of Minerals Commission. Movie and Mabaka say yama irregularity licenses or irregular license. Why remember that day? Look, 4 days after NDC back power, Papa Nima 158 licenses. 4 days after, 4 days Ayatu Abanetia MPP former NDC Abano, almost 158 licenses. There, organized labor council moko demonstration and nakufa no frame and no me din komo kasasi. Organized labor free on no. They are my licensing from the Minerals Commission. NDC for mo ya where? Hey, he's still there as the CEO of Minerals Commission. Minim no de ko hu obi. Krom adie. Say bia am hu contractors and e metima mo ko hu olumai. Metima and e do olumai din sem hu no kroma na enkrofo tete ho. Krofo be bregu su kura positions. MPP for adwumati adwandramani mahama gusu ye CEOs to the extent NDC for no a wo mo ka say adwuma ne bia deputies mo se me yenka anuntum na mo ko position am ya ro kroma obi akara anuntum ye mo obi anso ko position. We will not allow John Mahama to fail. Na mo krofo to fail no mo nya adwuma anye and a crofon a company team nuclear positions and I'm branch executives ni police stations executive constituency executives some regional executives ni nam ho o manim han to adwuma krom nya bi nye and MPP for no gusu kram positions and almost sabotage mo. Look at this mining league. Look at what the minister is trying to do. Minister Nigeria no person ye nyuma e me yase about it. O the next time on tia no makasa asem we mo amuni fa kwa problem ni free munim
enti
ano and the answer. That Mr. Minister, because Honorable Minister, one of your problems, Minerals Commission. That is one of your major problems.
And those are the revelations, sir. Every day review, every day review, but I can assure one gasa, menoti any team for it. After this presentation, the minister was blunt, very, very blunt with everybody. Say either nipa no obeje license no cooperative be fake kitano. Now when him say no cooperative and now say someone is at the Minerals Commission aiding and abating, and whoever I never turn so no. You will not just be fired.
Accra FM, your license.
You.
Kabari. Accra FM, your license. So
that's why we've given the 2 weeks.
Now, some irregularities, sir. It's obvious that aiding and abating for Minerals Commission. We see somewhere in country.
Ultimatum.
Sure.
Why you know? Why Modia say? Oh, man, be facing Mrano. I think that is that with regime. No, we are also looking at doing a bottom-up approach. If you say we could have some of these challenges and will not encounter it again. There should never be a case where we've been a tisroho at the Minerals Commission or somewhere or no one or power to do this and that and that. This time around, they co-form na yati local mining, district mining committees. Na nanama himfo will be empowered. Local opinion leaders will be empowered. Omunyina for omadwemra. Na no tu da akoso opeso be mining wa atwemamponua. Nana yene ni hia wo atwemamponua himfie. Yene ni hia atwemamponua district assembly no. Nana se onu na dwuma no de be fa mrante e wokrom. Na dwuma no obetu no kwampa so emfa o hauma. Na dwuma no obese. Ba kwate de o kirekirebu no. Kwate antimi anse kire me yanhunu nipa dodo obetimi ya form wokrom ha. Amana boye mabuna amana empa wo mo. Enti yesusu se minister for adwuma no ma nana utu ono ne yene betimatana. If you do not get that recommendation from the local people, nobody at the Minerals Commission or at the presidency will give you the license.
Yeah, there's someone there him for now.
Babe boama nana no ma hemfo. enya hoɔden ometumi aboa na ɔno abo ɔno daakye ho ban. Then we come to enforcement.
Okay.
Enforcement na yɛbɔ Ghana for yɛfe ho akyerɛ mo sɛ joint operation a yɛyɛ no yɛwɔ deɛ yɛyɛ no forestry by forestry guards, yɛwɔ deɛ yɛyɛ no wɔ police level, the national security, the army, and they coordinated effort the NIMOS over the past 4-5 months. Only see a ministry in February. So over the past 4-5 months, we've been able to affect 1,345 arrests. 1,345 arrests. Prosecution are at various stages, but said the government accountability series in Otieno is such that yes, you are allowed to speak to direct issues of your ministry specific. It wouldn't say prosecution, so there is a matter of the Attorney General.
I think the question be Krabas.
Yes, Emma
Felix.
Attorney General on Monday. And see, you say in the coming days, your Attorney General be my brief on how many has been prosecuted, if there are any convictions and whatever. But I am happy to report, sir, out of the 425 excavators, season. Emu 177 there, and no yakosizi in the forest reserves by Forestry Commission. Emu 54, and no the idea semna we bua ama 184 ama ya confiscated to the state. So in the coming days, you should be expecting the minister leading the vanguard. But be a mampedi beka said those equipment yam famom. Okasi yam fama local government. Now fankoka drip hoa. Okasi yam fama works and housing. Okasi yam fama the military. No famboa because I know in the coming days we'll be seeing massive your friend is a construction act as part of big push. And it's a military ni yede komo ura maneboama. Normally abuani yi yakwanya ni nyina no gladly donate and also release those items to that agency or that ministry. Yes.
I am on for camera and so because what came obiti baby kase de biomoka e de nachire. Inti say time mo court whatever. No more inviting media. Mo for camera to so. Well, now at the end of the day no Ghana for who say no kure ya chi nipa 1 ya chi nipa 10 5 and you saying it helps.
No creating I will not fault, but in Tokabian a strategy.
Strategy.
This was a more silent strategy, just so we'll be able to get to the root. Oh, say no dear Sabi. To say that officially you better hand over to whichever ministry president wants. Excavators are yet easy from mining operations, illegal operations. Me na make no. Me say sada no.
Okay.
They were big. To say reforestation here, yet me do 7.6 million trees in a matter of just 1.5 months.
Are you serious?
Yes, 7.6 million
trees.
Yes,
in Galamsey areas.
Yes,
sorry,
as part of recovery. That's right. 2,700 hectares of forest cover reclaimed. Be outer of reserve degraded areas. To manage your one say be Albacona, major plantation be what to say, etc. From the way into mining, but it's a degraded area. But mining areas and also so it's a combined simultaneous effort to say it to me. Bibisa no say be in October. Yes, the can do a man whom so no to for camera and for Ghana for I just said that's right.
Time I can about
what to me
7 million. Many time I can't no Makuma said, "Menya 7 million."
But these are the beautiful things we're doing at the ministry. I'm happy when you who the happiness in your face when you were applauding us for the detail, because Minister can say, "Oko na kwantere kura na be hu." Just say be here. out of the back. Quantity Koran, there were camera report.
As a minister,
that's right.
I said for the first time, or for the one of the few times,
good.
My home minister was seen Kitty.
Yeah.
So Beku.
That's right.
Nenye anofafa.
No.
Oh, and caneno anofafa like a dako dada day. When you two, and so no aba. Now Kebe didn't say NDC stalwarts. Okay. Attorney General Accra, investigate them. And you know, at least when you have such a minister, you didn't know how.
Yeah. The days of the days of party, it's over.
You know,
it's over. That is that with operations. Now, we are halfway controlling Galamsey. In collaboration with Transport Ministry, that is the port, and then Ministry of Finance, that's GRA Custom Division. Minister Ashese, excavator be able to report to Honomono. Nipakura or de bano should justify with documents.
Training.
Midi Nana 2. Excavator 1, 2, 3 media. Me a road contractor. A quine from Sukuma Junction to Dobia Bra. Quine a hunkrata near Lutina.
You should make room. Hona Quina say Achimusino.
Achimus
Cromukanya. You may rule me through my inside Nakani.
Ozina Romana.
Osuma Casa Osuno. I'm Frachim Sino. Osino. A honey now. Yay.
Good news is coming.
In the heart of the town, Krampu, you took them.
Good news is coming. Yeah. A whole crime. And now, Yamam and Krata, mean to me, meaning for the internal Mako Kraba, then we release for you. 2 months per. In fact, it's less than 2 months because he issued that directive early part of June. So basically, just a month and some few days. Per 1,200 excavators. As at the port, Obia shows over Babaji.
Hey, fit it down now by kind of Obia. Because you ain't even how many weeks in it?
Oh, just about 3 weeks, eh?
Oh, 1 month, ma. 1 month, Baba.
Like a month.
A month ago, in Abakacha says,
yes.
Excavators.
Saturday were about 600 and something. You say, I do 1,200.
Is it 2002? And I'll say, I just will be better.
Come and validate.
It's absolutely good validation.
Yes. Oh, because. I am Crawford justification, and they are flooding the market. Mikacho say in 2024 alone, excavator import value was $6 billion. Imagine say you can pay $3 billion from IMF. Now excavator kuna the boy country import to kwache say we see the house Sadia Komo will be how we can see the $6 billion.
No wonder you see
any hour they and then in our port. And we are putting timelines on it. And so
this is about the timeline.
Yes. In fact, custom division, GRA custom division, more timelines. So Mereno so
yeah, mama 2 months.
Well, to me, I'm Acheno, tomorrow is Acheno. Now, and also, it's a confiscate Ama State now. Is the excavator the Nyadi auction? Now they are quite gallant. The maneuver and Granke.
Mofema districts.
Yeah, the Bama drip coordinators, drip machines. They power missing. One machine missing in the drip Aini excavator.
Number the track.
Most of the district in Omunibi.
On tracking a district for some fan come up for Galamsey.
Yeah, we are doing that tracking as well. And I know one aspect. The other aspect is a pilot program. You're piloting 191 excavators and you're registered and attached to mining companies. Until I know to that mining company or Salmon Boy.
Okay.
And concession boundary no ye a studio hammer. And ya geofence those excavators.
Okay.
Until at your strong room or Hanomono, we monitor live what your excavator is doing there. The moment the excavator and better concession boundary no automatically fine ebedum. To me, spark it that just a back. Obanso, you must provide better and further particulars. And then our concession boundary ni and all the machine no free machine now the free no waiting the co waiting with the consume. Now they quay or reason is saying they provide.
I don't know what I said that.
It's 191 excavator. It's ongoing. Yes, it's ongoing. Say unyambra that krobe a strong room. Now you see it for yourself live.
To say. We Kabore Forest.
Yes.
Anna o license no oje se obeye adwuma wo Kabore Forest.
That's right.
Mu betima to officer who say we free Kabore Forest rather than to the forest.
Free machine bedum.
Oh, sound my no.
That's right. It's Kabore Forest and be a free mahogany we coping way na share. The moment I will be trash
machine bedum
off.
Enkrofo mu de munyanso.
Free.
Wa hu ne na me minister na baso.
To ada say. And then yetimi na ho. Unim say incident see apiate. Minister say on pese BCB. Until the any machine track e be fire explosives. E whatever port and Accra the port.
Yes.
There is a live video. Nti car no ayekono ya camera car no
ho monitor track it.
Animu nchemu achire. They see animu simanim say the camera simanim atifo hwe manimu anwumre no.
Okay. Twako.
Twat sa akopem se obeduru. Ba bi na the whole monitor strong who I say driver itonko kakra na ascend the alarm to the car. Nti dede be koso car no ma na wani ate na ya catch them say driver we suspect wabre parking at this particular minute, this particular hours and so on what try journey so.
Coffee amabwa.
A lot of things is happening at the ministry.
I'm a coffee boy.
No,
the minister is doing well. I mean, and he's making us proud.
But what I say,
yeah.
These are things we're doing as part of technology. Aye, na yedi esi kwambone. If you see it me we ni ya, enye ni pakra kono. Ene we see nyina pegana good because you feel say. Is from a very dedicated source, from very sustainable force. And was it me enforcing and strengthening some of these strategies? Say a boy. I did back one had when him say Kruma and Lances excavator.
It is brilliant.
The guy the book could come off for.
Yeah, Lances
the minister in collaboration with transport ministry, DVLA to specific. All excavators should be licensed.
Yeah, mom number plates.
Yeah, mom up to I think October. By October, wow, excavator will crum her
license
and we will treat it as Togo car.
Maybe so Osha dear mammy. Your mebun be a more, and I'm sure say I no counting Mr. President John Dramani Mahama who was in opposition car say Oba Obeyi Galamsey is in be brave free jail. And the reason was that a mebun be brave pejuma. Into no dom ko shim na omunisika ye de beto excavator na chan fine nti won ti ase se ni wuska de to chan fine to excavator benam ho na ne okope kakra be di no onu mu ye de no atum okay nti me fa me wura asem ne bi na me de ye mfa to ho nsem ye mbes me bisa we ya ye clamp it down on Galamsey no na adwuma pa ne ye na emum krofo ano aduane nso na ebo.
That's true.
Nti enhihye ben na aban no ewo ma the youth particularly because say we be person Ujai Galamsey but Ujai Abrewan so be the den.
Okay.
Anti plans ben the wo ma emabru no a omo ye Galamsey no. Enya san so a na just say per se crime and ekoso because Ujai and don't forget these guys omo weapons that already they have armed themselves. And you know the moment obaka so munyai no omo say nya dwuma no. Watch from armed robbery crime. Na
we so for ko asore no ebubu afaso.
Medi so for the mid depend
kebebu afaso sanse won kom hye ka papa adwen a wodwen eno ana wo wura mahama trim eno ana hye wura makofi bu atrim ma
great
say ye the forest mu twra ye pamu nipa ye kire nipa they went manchi no wadwane ya hwe ya ye be solve one problem but we end up creating more than one entidie ne yen moa ya no mkofa ade bi ba no msi community mining. We are saying not just a party mining. Go back on MP or holding DC or no Magia for Moye. True community ownership was lost. Community mining also no Moye no now to differentiate between a Galamsey. Because I know more 20 say be a no Moye and Galamsey a pet. And the Ura Mama a fran on Toma. A shen when munyam a CSC no. Amano siachi basron kwa ya to the responsible cooperative mining schemes. Ni nyina ne say yes ade no na kwan ya ye fa sutuo no ye ma no siachi ba papa Yebano, this more of a reform platform. Enti, Samena Minion Scassa Meje small scale mining licenses are. Minia spending Same Honto and Yanyaska.
And when the manifest.
Nana, Oda Yanyaska, Benya, small scale. Na yakaya me and some resources above we become sponsors or promoters.
Okay.
Na ye dia kwa koje sa cooperative mining no.
Okay.
Ebiem ya je nye say ye betu afiri bole bamboy. Ana wale. Ni aso ye hu nyina na edwuma afo akosamro boy kwaji area of community mining na ye na ye hye ho. Small cooperative mining na ye hye dabi. We must your activity must empower the people in the mining community.
Okay.
Nti ya mabunu no ekrum ho no a na wo say den enya adwuma no bi ye den eye chefa ekwa mana nanom no mde aka mo mpaboa so ho chefa ekọ district assembly na abuo mpuntu ho chefa ekọ eba skill development program coordinator formerly NALEP omaso ye no mudi bia reclamation ni ade ani nyina so ka ho chefa yesie na omo de ne nye gala former gudie to maba we mu sanodwuma ni ade e betima ma tete yesronko no omo so yetimi anya bi ye de aso masene butai ni nyina na say de bia ye ka alternative livelihood but wo bia wakoye galam say no 50,000 pen na go fa paso ntoma sin mienu ene sebe takri ye tailor machine bi akomano ejo be ye so we must create the alternative within the sector and help them to do it in an environmentally friendly manner. Kwabena ye faso sa cooperative we nyina no ye be mo ntete ye shonko the toso mienu mo ye lucky crawl mo areas where there are large mining companies no they become mentees to these large mining companies for technical guidance and support. And to say, oh, a man say enclave, automatically Asanko Gold Ghana becomes your mentor. Oh, I have an important one. Nimon becomes your mentor. Oh, Boas an important one. Anglo Gold becomes your mentor. But what I say, we are also collaborating with Gold Board. Now, you wait to me, you better to say, be a now to me university hall. You say, you're far experts, people in the industry. Ebi kura mfra ma no South Africa dom ne the best practices ye di mo go hotel bakumu ya kire mo for some time. Okay. We are releasing some monko na mko e dem ko implement it. Modern technology so atwinity a ene ye mercury free technology senya fe na odi ko hwehwe mercury ko gu fam na no item bi e buy news story bi e buy ya ye ko fodu ya ya banche free wo ba nyina no ye se be mercury a shemuma. Because that chemical is an uninterrupted chemical. Enti Kwabena ni betima fa so ne yi gold no a yanko fa mercury bia anko sensuo ne nsase eno ye modern technology yaba ye hwese ye betimi a leverage on those technologies, create job for our people, mine in responsible sustainable way na at the same time no mine so this on fa so nti nana let the people in the mining communities be assured say abai won hye pa de momo. It's just a matter of say omobe to ono boase de bia meka empepre hu nkonya abai amane because I am happy to report this afternoon say that ARSCOMDE program has received cabinet approval. Nyema mienu miensa bi pe na aso bayire hu ye free ho a I won't be surprised. Early part of next month, no, we'll be able to launch it. At the papa, Mabunu, I walk on. Omoni asini su yebeti mi apepa omoni adwuma ne bia no mde ahwefie. Very well. Minia Kabore Ekasama, Minister for Lands, Natural Resources, Honorable Amakofi Boa, and me no can say Samuel Hunto abeka sanso ana techi ado enso be kan sa ma yentwe homra ye ba na yen hyen komotwetwe no ase to avoid any interruption live on Accra 100.5 FM ye feed no so edem nti Facebook betimi ajoin me did not know to that could stay on after the break.
They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts, they're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork, spend public funds wisely and judiciously, reject opulence, and never forget your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. For example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork, spend public funds wisely and judiciously, reject opulence, and never forget your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. For example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, And let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork. Spend public funds wisely and judiciously. Reject opulence. And never forget, your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. For example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. and I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork. Spend public funds wisely and judiciously. Reject opulence. And never forget, your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival.
Nyakopo Yaduma Wachina, a minister in charge of finance, Bakoko redeem media budget. But of course, when you first said, Obofonia, Nenam Huapaso, and a minister of lands, and so didn't come a betuja. You beheld any one other matters will be a crap. Same, Okwaba.
Nana, Major Sona Pomia there.
Who are
the radias, Mamencha on Chia, a Yeminia Ben, ne Abosu Kai, spare parts dealers, Mosomo Concoden pa, especially, say Obertina Bosu Kaya, a year MPP for num. Because MPP for numwa. Aboso can spare parts dealers no about 80-85% a pro MPP. They are not just pro MPP. Yes, they are not just pro MPP. They are one of the financial backbones at the MPP Amanyuku. So at a point when they started their struggle, the sabotage how do I call so some of them almost shops to cry to Tumu. But they never gave up. Omujina Monaso concording press conference upon press conferences, exposing the lies and deceit of MPP government. Nadine Mwana a year change Ghana for here, including Abusu can for here. No said to Miaka. I hope and pray, say Minister for Trade and Industries. And you make Kwahodwa, Abanu Kwahodwa, more responsible, same to me support it. A yes, per person, with me, because over NDC manifesto in my womb, spare parts dealers, or more or much a womb, and Yama hold a ban incentives are banners or the Bema or more, said a bit more crown on Yama bar. A year duties are hold a bit me, alcohol from now. I know, said mid-year budget review, I bet something will happen because there's every indication, say, and check a year poor duties in the poor charges, some of them will be abolished. Na ma a year import duty na alcohol from na import duty is from one of the surest and the fastest way to grow a spare parts dealers. I got a point in Ghana. Na Ghana spare parts dealers. Omu container ewa Nigeria. Omu container nufa Nigeria no mo dia fa form no mo dia ba. Because they were unable to pay a year taxes. Na the entire ama Nigeria spare part no kwa busu kanya shops e wo hon fa Nigeria for Nigeria for gradually take over the spare part dealers. Do you know why? Nigeria for our system be say omo container no say 40 feet yes we be 1,000 and found se be simba ko pekura na demu a na different be ba say 2,000 na utua e na utua say 20 feet say 1,000 na utua say what did the most expensive car na be shemu so what did the be shemu and one na utua and to say Ghana has say ya a bar to the point kwa na wose kenkan niama no maako ye bill of lading ne hwe niama ewo mu ne nyina the tax to nyina so abobom di amount ubewie na de sika nyina atua duty no muntumi enti Nigeria for no mutimi yi spare parts ni cheap ewo mo ho na mo de afa smuggle we na mo de awram na mo de abegum na mo ton fofofo na Ghana for de no a omo de omo fa due process abetua wotema etua wotakra de taxes ni wosro import duty wosro no na ne bo no kosro no munya market enti ma fa omukwaji loan obekọ ne shop na ye the notice abebo ho e fa to om shops mu dwane ye so now nyame adom enyama peke dollar no na ye tipaye kese pa no ene stabilize ye hwese finance minister ene aba no behwe na duties ahodo wo so wetimi ate so na fe ye fa kwa ya betimi afa so said ye grooming abane the initiative say but say ye nua Eric J any basintali abane grooming young entrepreneurs ye business owners support to omo give omo seed monies no let's see how best we can help that also can spare parts the lesson so abane so support omo enye for free so man bosia interest no for more now man a long period to pay flexible terms of payment they can pay na omo so business in cost because abuso kan for no mo ye show pa titru ni say ye abrantie bi ewu ne no nkopie mo ko ho saade a eni je eni omutimi tuska no gum pa e ba sa so e man market so timi ba ni nyina bo abu mi economy yes Ghana ewiase e we be ma bia wutimi solve oba ba ko problem a unu say e Ghana economy na wa build no
that's all we saying.
When say my problems.
What's all we saying?
Oh, anya bia say mo bagel. Anya bia me no ba nete.
Me say what's all we saying?
Me ma meti ase. Ena me brother we free mu ko so say ja me bagel ba ko. Enti ba ne direct e ma o me hye mase a je say o mo responsibilities ye me ma me ka ho a. O me hye mase a 4.
That's all we for.
4.
And I was so kind for most of
what I say. Until let's do that and see how best we can. Abdamin chairman Kabori so boy Juma. Na Kabori is one of the can say NDC communicators, a very humble, very articulate and very I can say experience. Bana Juma or taking the time or learning on the job. Na enyama wan say nitiswa ye when one of the most experienced ministers under NDC government appointed by John Dramani Mahama, Honorable Emmanuel Amakufibua. Winning the entire Honorable Amabua Basoshe. MPP for our ideology be say nyom na be Ghana ye. And MPP whenever they are voted to power, when they take positions omo de say nyom na be fix problem no. Ono hwe problem na ono hu kon betimi afa so. I strategize no benefit from the problem instead of tackling the problem head first. And to be ministers ahodo MPP appoint to omo edomo call lands and natural resource ho a obi ti se ginapo some ebu ginapo it's alleged say sike ko yi fa ni fie say ene polytank mu se nkrofo ayira eno besi ne wantimi ankle eno di free abamu okono hu se galam say fight nya koketwa and we are going to fight a year sector and as a business on every day they see money wada na juda so no bi shamna mu too good wada we are now okwa adwuma nam has no bi shamna mu too good and every minute every second they see money and to no giving you his sum of money to no stay off their business was easy and to so corrupt minister bia no ko a Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources one more. The only thing they can do is pay some media, let's do some PR gimmicks and then let them do their job. At the end of the day I'll get my money. And then one of the ministers and the Akufo-Addo former appointees omuye rich pa Samuel Abujinapo is one of them. Sometimes or radio show, TV show, cranas or you saw Sikakra, there might be a producers will be any bag man who see this. Ne dollars na me wan say under NDC I am wan say under NDC and you hu dollar cra or government appointees one appointee one problem under MPP when ministers go for programs So we only chat TV station, radio stations, a minister about one or qua. Sometimes producer be in a check on the car home, and then obey you, obey catch the money I'm fine supporting production. We must be or more handbag, no more wallet more. You don't see this. Dollars na no mudi. Is one of the richest ministers because Okotravel for how many years? Several years. Obi of course our minister obi no ye. But Emmanuel Ama Kofibua or say one cause or manage situation one enriching themselves. Or fighting galamsey no straightforward. In less than 5 months of his appointment has been able to reclaim 9 forest reserves na MPP abind their galamsey operators to the extent say or mono wa akode even more than military mono forest reserve on a no-go area for Ghana security operative to even enter. In less than 5 months, Emmanuel Makofibu has been able to rescue this air forest reserve. Amene will put it one team and put to be a kunta mining and ne what Nanuaka to Muntimin Kasa Wuntumin Kasa.
Accra FM.
And he's still fighting. Wow, can a year galamsia hold up? Just take time. Just 3, 4, 5 months near Emmanuel Makofibu, I be a minister as lands and natural resource ministry, no. And Crawford arrest or more prosecutor is more than the number of people arrested and prosecuted by MPP for the past 8 years. Just 5 months, no. And Crawford prosecutor are more than and Crawford MPP in 8 years pretending say no more prosecutor. So, Mami mo minister number so because nana, ain't easy the kind of a car politicians a bopa to become a parliamentary candidate. Internal party primaries a car mo Ansah na main election a car obebo obefani nyina mu no ya elect say MP na wa ba ni amao a position na ni parwe ni car de nyu obia na hu saka na wabɔ no wanya position wo hu sika te se galamse mani ebeba de bia sebi ɔde ne sabɛhyɛ ne dɛm ne fam akasa media me ba me my Ghana for national interest but this minister has shown the way so obetima ya adwuma no na said wo kan yi said ye nua kabori kai over 1,000 licenses issued my year minus
1,200
after just small audit or no over 900 of them who say discrepancies room and there's no way they can correct it. The government power more 1 year they can never correct it, and so the best thing is say terminating
because illegally acquired
as at last month na okwa Ghana your port eniama yakra efra manone eba wohwe commodity na edoso a eye excavators as at last month na over 2,000 excavators ena esi nsuo so eba Ghana. Contractors o musi kwan how many of them excavators do send o muso, but all these excavators were coming in for what? Mining. Oko for 2022 2023 Okofa enyama ekrefra manane ede ba Ghana the biggest community ede ba ya na doso a isika kasenan board de pa excavators. And the projection is that the government and Panina and see for more before I think when we near over 20,000 excavators in Ghana. And in Tina band policy abase and before obe cra excavator say obe crash or the ban. She said all the excavator ne babe. And the excavator ne ba also the road construction. You register as a road construction. Now you monitor excavator movement. It's once a size excavator na could pure mining site. Wow would the buy no was some kind. Because of all these years, excavators here register. And we don't know. Now you register motorbike near register. Meanwhile, excavators near register. And you kwachi excavator no site. It's difficult to trace and know who owns that excavator. And the government policies in a bar now excavator will be registered. And yes, you register na keke. So what's the would the year kwanya you see register as for road construction. So also the choir mine, also be mine or Accra FM, I register for Accra FM. And the who's a size excavator nam a original TV. Yabacho. And it's a idea by Nyabre. I won't you know say to me because MPP for the scano Mariano. As you show no. Omen to me found good bank. And they want to reinvest those money Stolen money and because importing excavators and digging more, destroying the forest because this is already omo opposition. One omo opposition, so omunya kwenya no mutu galamsey na they will make more money. At the same time, ebema government na unpopular. Na Ghana for asa je to no masa to abatia NPP NDC for no. Enti 2 games from play. Enti honorable Emmanuel Amakufibua na nkopo nshira papa woni eye wodomo adwuma mudi ho na miwia asena meba budget no so no se eja me fio na bore kopoku aso eye be de say government accountability or say Ghana for so hu de akoso ho eye agric ministry this week de course on say no minister a commission the newly can say appointed board members edema PBC and share butter a share limited. It's a PBC no more the share abeka ho. Na sa one of the fastest growing state owned enterprises under NDC. Produce buying company or na cocoa board to cocoa no more transport no more diaba anase wusikapa. But MPP buy 8 years PBC omu collapse no. As at last year na PBC deka over 600 million to the point no na omo suppliers 80 million court orders na ye auction omo properties at the company na a collapse. Nyanko pardon aban no aba atoto ne amaye so manya new MD o manya board minister task omo so omo nkonko ye nanu minister call room a oni FA director general share no o ka kire se Ghana FA amwaye ne add value to the share butter no amojitum so metumi aboa a food and agriculture organization under United Nations wiase nyomo na hwe nnuane ne mfudie ensem so na penyo dan no minister call Israel nko share na de srede ba ko dikade to nanim se omwa na Ghana okosiremu a ye ma menom a omo na edo saa enkuto no etin kuto no chese omo no raw material ne ba ye mfa value bi anka onti ye cost fan fofofo but wiase nyina opoman a enkuto omo do nkuto pa Nigeria but opoman a nkuto eye premium quality in the world Ghana into stress aban no omomwa na yenya sika mfamwa me no ka sei Ghana buying atumi enya sika about 4 million euros a de beboa ye maame no mo a omo do nkuto etin nkuto processing nkuto no wo sirem no ye de beboa mo saa fiwe enti aba na hwe animu somewhere 2022 Ghana etimi enya sika about $92 million through nkuto a de kwa manone minister hwe animu say by the next 2-3 years no we should be able to get no less than $500 million from nkuto enam investment aba na enti saa brede PBC ye hwe animu so mo be for mo ntoma pafra esanse aban papa ba de call so bi emanura Semu ya minister at the motorbikes maku 500 at the ama agric extension officers untimi enkase o yekua ene wiase ayewe e omrekwa wunhia nimde ene agriculture science and technology
science based
enti untimi ye kanena na ehwe wiem no ene ntina Ghana suafo bebre akosua de omya agric extension officer mu ofie one the aban ye ne say afin kwa no of agric extension officers 5,000 near do makwa kwhye national service ase wow na omo no ne agric ministry na ye adwuma ntomo ne ye post omo makwa district and constituencies and rural areas no to support the farmers, educate them na omo krafo no how be they will be the first point of call na omatimi no mahyiahia na dodo no anu bubi kra no a obaga na ha se ya ye number no sha West standard ne say wasenka one extension officer be atimi serve farmers 500 ba obaga na ye number no one extension officer serve 1,500 Ghana has a one obetimi a 70 per 1,500 within 4 months farming season obi antumi wo de no cross out nchan a mobility omuni cars motor kromuni bi entikwani no senafu obenante 10 acres are expecting said that extension officer no 10 kilometers in ko ba ko fofum na akuafo do so no betima ko fofum a day enti de no the minister and say 500 motorbikes and what they ama district agric extension officers no say omo fanshase na ntimi embo mobility omuntimi movie ntimi nkonko fofum nkwohwe na me adoma next week another 300 motorbikes and also so minister de bema omo a omo na ye you omo say Feed Ghana coordinators omo no every constituency BM no your sankrofo no omo so serve as a linkage between the assembly and the ministry and the Feed Ghana secretariat no omo ti omo so Ansah betumi aka omo de no so abane nyame ya adomu a Friday we a shaman irrigation facility bi wo ho at Tiapansam minister the social kobo form na rehabilitation ashase etimi akoso ashama nti nyame adma Friday we ye wo ashama ya ekoso a lot nana ade a ekoso e wa Greek ministry honum sans almost all the ministry bia na beka bi nkoso first time in the history of Ghana, first time after 8 years, and National Investment Bank and now me read you story I say about first quarter of this year or make profits company na collapse. First time in the history of Ghana, less than 6 months of NDC government ultimately recapitalize a National Investment Bank. Ama even the next on the block, Ghana Commercial Bank akasa umaba recapitalize amo musika. But all these companies were making losses for 8 consecutive years under MPP and Akufo-Addo Bawumia. All the state-owned enterprises were making losses, including Bank of Ghana. Cocoa Board was making losses. Goy, Boka, Obia Boka, Eyato, Boka, all of them. But Odie, young Fansa Baby and Shunka, a feeble corner, no. Ubun's a Bank of Ghana, Moka. 2022 Oboka, 2023 Oboka, 2024 Oboka. But first and so say, I feel 2024 no Bank of Ghana, Moka. Because Omo Mabana determines some leave a legacy. No me ato banana yen timi nka monkrofo abaso omrekwa se biebi num su din semfo a yen ka ho asem na no me postu bibi about forestry
for 1 minute come on
forestry papa no da ho no se bi on ti de ba on ti de ba se bi omiebie na sum no betensem obe omiebie na sum no betensem
o GM appointee
we Jema Ponti, but who you be a was a year forest for very long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, appointing from internal.
Yes. So internal structure no. And because of NDC government want to know, make sure say bear money. And you consider na de watna ho. Now nya to me no you are going after NDC for people who are pro NDC. Not because they are incompetent, not because they are incapable, not because they are corrupt, not because they are stealing. But because you want to micromanage the Air Forestry Commission intino, you want to open crofwa, ni momo MPP for no. Now do omo ye adwuma. What be that? Say a company uko forestry omo ewo about 3 or 4 department bia ewo HR Ansah na the overall HR no ho no. Ni nyina echi no. See wonu mom de timi throw letter. No the transfer obi. What be that? HR na juma ne say. Entibun kan che sa papa ne say. Say media men penidi kura hu. Na men penidi kura ate. NDC 40 fie nkrofo nya adwuma. Bebre hu omo a omo didi mpanyimfo achi. Akachi akro omo nyi bi. Ekro come de nkrofo 8 years nkrofo de omo 6 months 7 months in government. Still come de nkrofo. So when you baby atena na so untimi ntra won hwe di kwa betuma faso abo nipa na wo otuo na so NDC ni na de betu no so a kwaye mu ono beti wani no ye besum fidie atwa kwa na wo hyemu no ye besum fidie atwa hu nyina hye ebobo mpapre so woni mpapre woni ye bebo mpapre atwa hu hye unya kwa na wapie entibun ka che sa man so obe steady onye steady aye no na yesa
a word to a wise
obekwa adwuma obepo anwumre no obedu oni abom papre etwa forest no ahia na bi obefa akofie no ene ebehwe.
Very well. So that is it live on Accra 100.5 FM. Samuel Huntoy, broadcast journalist in Ordinary Lusem, where an initial commentary, of course, Ogusu Fianti, Yebirem, second half with the media budget, Yebir prospect, women certain anticipations. My main court Chiho. Muko skumu ye si da dako wanyebi dada bisi ma urade ye dia kurase fo ma o asa medwen so no kwa no tena kurase wo fu ma heno wako jawa sam kura ai tachi what anyways my tachi o ba hwe budget na say
Samia bo.
There be into shaka. Oh, share.
Can I say they make?
If an alcohol.
Say.
There be some of us say me topic.
Okay.
The more topics into me overtake me topics. The me topic no that form no. You hear media. Me topic ni ye media budget no. Anna
Abosoka dey the cost papa just join the cost.
Yes, something from Abosoka.
Of course.
Is Abosoka no ba
Mami chia Asaki my lost friend. But I'm still around. Don't worry.
You got class.
Yeah, so
Chama
Nami chia Minia
na agenda
Same Honto. Let me chia Minia Kaban mi chia Minia Otimiche. Same Honto there or somebody me penasa from afar. Ya ye dwuma struggling nyina ne Same from really good bedi by this time. Ya struggle pa. You got your point up. Na NDC or your penkofo metime gya brani e was purpose just makasa NDC a obi asuru obi aso neutral me de na me neutral because as a leader how can I be neutral we say on time ntina edwadie no enkoso no because we say obi aso neutral and it's a politician be try wani ma or the policy by bad do a good do me gitum ultimately make a difference between a bad policy and a good policy so that say and it's a ultimately make a difference between good and bad policy now pick good now and na just a party ne ba anasa aban no timi forma utimi ka okoyi utaka se koyi nkoyi utaka se nkoyi bobi ase me neutral no adwuma nipa a sacrifice abedu by this time no enne a samika se e kom gusu di nkrofo a wenye obi odi panyi bi se kom gusu di no a nkrofo atwie mani no saa na wisu we say o se e be bode empampi anasa den empapre saa se e be bo empapre afa nkrofo bi hu a very soon time beba very soon time beba tam na ebe mu yadwuma no man kase mu yadwuma nipa ba ko mu se mu yadwuma no na ye ba ye nyina ye be okay eti obi an kase ko baby na wo de woni godfather somebody told me straight away if you don't have godfather then I'm sorry for you you will suffer. How can you tell me that you start time na de ni mu yadwuma mu tedem mu na wa bonti na be na for ebe peke me de me koye because of Sabuso kan very strong area for a new patriotic party very for national consensus papers but I want to edua ya je asase so
national consensus papers wo ye PRO
me na me PRO
ana Abuso kan so
Abuso kan national consensus papers so na me be take over Abuso kan association ngasa
okay
and I'm the chairman ni executive by and I'm take as a director of communication for the association.
Yeah, I know.
Did you say it's easy? It's not easy.
Who the GM Krakow?
GM, of course. Yeah. The first time in the history of NDC, see a bear deba NDC, me na me here Abusoka. ABC that never the history of Mama we no say this is mega.
Make I say
unprecedented.
Make I say
how come? I said people don't care about people.
No,
people don't care. 7 months in power. No, you go for common communication keke. And it's simple, certain matters. Me if you ask me, oh Techi, hold on, do this. I agree with you. You say, yeah, see a research your mind. And never success NDC a choking goodwill or enjoy. They enjoy goodwill because some of us we've been around. We did not so sorry. We will come in and come and explain to the people. Say these people will do drop. So I tell you, many otu da kon ye kosa gleme. See me remu. Ye dey kofa bush. Be bring me ko rasa gleme.
Yeah, ye kofa. When you am dey kofa.
Enye easy. So now we are there just because ye person Ghana for or more property. Yes, we more mama see no up to today sagleme. Enkosi baby aye. You the sacrificing. Oko mikrom ekwapme du krom djuma nipa kwa koye bisa kion constituency me ka check your kion me my party play for you no me ntwa ba ho ba ka ku saba you win the election because djuma nipa ye e ma kion o de bisa kion na da fefe keke unu keke pa djuma nipa ye all over the place but because
very well
na say mo ba ni etum for na mu pese mutia mo de mo nkoso ba yesi obi true kohwe nkwa mentri kohwe wu ni fie mbosia etwawa eye yasre about so mbosia etwawo okay they should go ahead
ye nru ba bi kra fie
they should go ahead ye
nru ba bi
mami kasa fast papers so ebe say edwadifo ya kasa che na yesi ye dollar ne ade duty ekumedwedi owura mama ba no share yebo honestly no ka kire say oba obe make sure say o stabilize economy no na dollar ne e friend sebo CD no what show say mama no ka say oba fix rate ni ade oba make sure support oba fix rate no be fix into them by fix no eti in your opportunity Dr. Atofose kasa no so enye necessary cry say fix rate po per se but say it stabilize CD ni dollar na sa fix rate ni no automatically no be more port wo o kan me tie na so pem because a dollar rate in the evaluation maybe before. And it's a dollar bar from say who has a bear reform can see be a portobio. Just automatically will to perform. It will share near cost of $10.5, 10.6 now. Naka duty and now from and now so can say in Kophobia last week Saturday bami ho and ya because Bakuka do go to be or say Techibody that was you Mikuimi can almost 85,000 Mikuamian 56,000 Menyes catching butum on top of NDC. It doesn't care NDC. But any job band must say when yes, can achieve button. That tells you say in Kofadri as I say to see another and bar form a way ready for. Now say you call China airway ticketing Kibitra. Then Kibitra 24,000. We don't match ticket me try 13,000 Ghana cedis. Yes, a bit try yeah. A bit try no $1,000 Satano not a friend a Addis Ababa for no that's Ethiopia airline we try $1,000 other time they saying near 9 cedis point something to 10 cedis we try school we try when do 10,000 Ghana cedis of course that month in Kofoko China and a catcher say resetting no ama Nkofo a dreadful baby nyaje. But how can see a woman be see tie no China say Bank of Ghana ye TB from Bank of Ghana ye TB from Ministry of Finance say gaw for na dollar na kodi omusem no mo di temi economy ma ye no woko bank unya dollar but dollar manager anase worker bank be catch say ye frɛ obi ama no do ko obenye bisisi ya no aka woko so waka say number 13 cedis mi ho anso no central bank say ye 10.5 10.6 10.7 it depends maybe echo na gaga ne de ma 13 cedis a na e hwan e na yebu man no yes abochi for na say central government na say central bank na say ministry of finance yebu man no o na pesi ti o chana 2 ne omo share ye boss say wo per dollar kwa it's easy say ko banks obenya dollar. They should call the managers to order. These banks and managers, you know, they should call them to order. They are doing business with the dollar, no. Gaga, you know, quickly, no way. Who can also be near some be 10 minutes time. No, we're rushing bank, no bank. No, they are bank. Why about who be? And yeah, for a long time, I'll be a kawasam. Baby, I don't know, baby, I say a kawasam. It's not media, me call it for meeting. Say you could premium, you could share ministry, you could share. We don't, me, so I say, me call. Ba ne kono say ya hwene aso anu a wo si edwirefo yentete ne maso Vict inje na 4 plugs e ton 23,000 no e bi de esi na ba from ababedu 19,000 18,500 sa nipa no wato ne mane wi no okosa $1 no na galgo ne de man 13 cedis enti bedi nipa kono sako baba beti ne maso otu da ko so wo follow me there enti no say mo ya de ne wi a mo make sure say mo ma banks no emission dollar be available my 24 obaka say supplier fine and you be no to kwan all this hard discussion no because obeka your transaction come supplier no
if I had a cramp no beyond certain threshold won't mean crap
money we go China either say you pay your money what WeChat Alipay so that's it but the question is as a dredini o supplier no to force Kenya come supplier no Kenya say me ha me fa nya supplier no so oko na okonom ko nigo na we production oba yama no because China no okwa nyese nyama ni gugu ho makwa fa na mo ye production there's okwa unom ko kan wi na hwe bo na ye guda na watu ya kakra mo ma otu akama fo mo ko production no ama wo nko production asana we dey so obedu wa to ha production betu take 1 week 2 weeks we obetu betu o mo ka na wo ye dey waba but here is the case entisa okwa wunya bi why you transaction you so yes why you to first ka bia e so ultimate ka bi ekuta de uko utu kwan uko $1 see fa ma yes fa what in brand yes about to utu kwan na fa we ba se utu kwan na otu da ko ne ekoso no ana obi etwi nani as obi eja memu na owura ma nko a ana obi etwi nani no wo fa fo na fo bi catch say what this what is happening obi afa no call text message obi respond because obi anke if you don't care mono you will make sure say very soon no ye besa takasem na ye kasema nobody should complain of course na me can be say so be true ekohwe enkwa ye dru kohwe wu efie mosia etwa ya papa say abonte so mosia be de betwa wo ana ya ntra se manka abonte so mosia ntwa ye ba isa say ne pese efie mosia mo eden etwa ya quickly no mo de dry that and so amaye so ta say sa ne ye nyo sa ne amambuo no sa ne ye pepepe so that say eti ochina no yesi covenant recovery levy ye beti ye free ho because me ya we say they are still in talks with it say any budget statement no o kan ye fi so chon be ye free ho and afi so ye besi be hu say
ba COVID-19 levy no what I will say, okay, for now, let me see a source of funding for free SHS. Because over how much is given us per annum now, in a region of about 6 billion. I stand for correction anyways. I didn't think I can say free SHS levy. And I say, Yanka say, COVID-19 levy, no, you directly akko Mahama Kenum, na communicable, who said there's about 43% of communicable diseases are, sabi, sir, because of sikasem. Ni en channel says scanning konum dan say ye be join says scan ko
otidako you see aban no so
don't also forget the COVID-19 asemba
aban me yet say obeso your reintroduction of what roto
yeah
and there me for me support to say roto ni ba because other ne be can so mo be fa ne ma fi akono omo de kan omo ko firi omo twa peswa so what I say we sort roto ba COVID-19 asem na wo kan no ebia na mo kan say Nigeria niema boofo ni ache niema boofo date Nigeria niema boofo yes ask charges bia dey dwedifo so dem ma ye dwane niema no koso no on se ruwa mama waka asemi wo ha ase dwedifo no bia dwen koso ye o se o chair parliament say o mo hwe na saa illegal fees na shipper for na dey charge no o mo nyina dey o mo ntwam saa asem no se na a very strong statement pa ba dwedifo bibiri afama dwan ko o mo ye din wo ho ba me ka se parliament etimiti ruwa mama asem no mo ko mo dey adwuma sa local charges ni sa skebi o mo jeje a ene ship life for me se bisasaki ship life for ni gusu yusu old carry no rate no and the evaluation e wo tamaport mi hu dollar no so ye den sen e 10.5 e bi charge 15 cedis 14 cedis 16 cedis and 13 cedis it depending how come anti damage no penny ben no wo mem ha wo do direct saba ship life for me so beti afia se me say shipper life for no shippers authority ama omom directly say if you no kono every day bias shippers industry no obi atim declare the rate daily na who said skase na mo charge no you see emra no mama na ndi obi a Ghana sovereign state say ya bank say dollar say na kwa central bank wadwuma no say ne say o ma shipper life for no say me mam ha de dollar no mbese mo ye 10 cedis munya na 11 cedis na se ma peg dollar no for 24 for 3 months or 6 months so na sa keke ni ebede
you could even peg it for 1 year
no see sometimes no abani revenues
and you peg it for longer
yet me chichi aban so
like 6 months
6 months medium per say 6 months okay
a bit my stable kakra
yenye stable into fi ade wa dollar no aye stable no se sa omo peg no e o port wo for 6 months na me say ubeka me say ube hu say asema making wo say grade obi abeka na notum menu kasa we grade for 80% say obi so obi ayidin obi enjoy the goodwill of this current administration banemu nyema bi e ko say wo say dollar esi na wo nye bi na bako gaga no 13 cedis die we say na mafo kusu nwi complaini yesi grade for NDC administration no manya power no mo start mo build grade for build people men and women build businessmen and women build yomo na mo ko position t-shirt kana mo brand na mo nyesika ifanye t-shirt so music am ko mo de ko ko from wrong people we know yetin yakọ nyina build your own people abuso kan one of the mba abuso kan one of the Bobie Central you was 7 electoral areas abuso kan MPP stronghold MPP wini election Bobie Central bia ya abuso kan vote ene kasa bia Kwame de se munyamu yawe hontani watan onim abuso kan because say this time didn't see here didn't see here of course because the MPP nya vote no but enye vote obenya vote nya win election because I say enye dwumaten na ebi se dem ebi ti aburuchire ebi enjoy na ebi de kom ni suom na eburo na atim didie enye dwumaten
it's aburuchire for naba
na say ye kan mo se mo ye kan ebedu ebe no
na that's for no crebi
ebedu ebe no me ko yo madafo biem o me hu se me yo mo enemy and it's that time so na ma prepare me hopa yi very soon ebesi
okay
but omunyema o mo ko ebesi
me ba ademole say Tachi BOG has sent a communique that if you have your document intact the bank will give you the dollar. Incomplete document will be denied $1.
Me say that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Say, Bible says Bank of Ghana.
And banks in Australia, a cash $1 million. No, I think they should be reported according to Frederick Kofi Nabinse.
No, but the never percent make about the dollar issue.
Okay, I was thinking some called an Anusia now when you're a full bank.
Okay, no problem.
Because I can't need 2 minutes.
So I say,
when you're full.
it's no grade 4 at last week. Ibu Bikushia Central Bank for the same delegation. Yeah. Okay. The same last week na then Wednesday what is Monday no so no you be Kushia Ministry of Finance concern all these issues and you say bia we be to be no bonus obosebuka Bank of Ghana ena Kushia e was issue ya e ba mo aba mo say what you are saying right because I didn't na ga ni be catch you say obo control asisi ya just ibonya dollar na bank be catch you say ma me 3 days 4 days so that say also ni open no farmer also obi okwa unya bipo ba ga do kwa ni open bi obonya so open $10,000 ah do um check the amount oboka se ma me 30 minutes o kase me ba okoba ngwa kwa kwajiro de abrel uye ni muri nyina ba uti metra embobo nkofo bi din sa because ade no ye twam so uti so ati ase and say aban no say na good one na we enjoy no this some of the things are you betimi prompt you say this is what is happening and they are aware almost you catch them so more admit say it's true they know what is happening so that say and you say dwan keke na dwan keke ba dwan no say o mehwe ma dwadie no ebe kosoro so ebe bu bia ba say party in government build businessmen and women. Build businessmen and women. Na munjai ni na mo nhwehwem na mo ye yo baby foforo.
Okay. Thank you. Techiado concern Spare Part Association of Ghana. Me Ray and director of communications.
That imposes you me director of Kwabena Spare Parts Dealers.
Director of Abosoka
Spare Parts Dealers. Concern the media to baby atwam kwade dada.
Me da say
na denga spare parts you could be amena msasha ase. So kan what imposes so.
Watch me.
Wa ma same kwagbu fugura.
It's the director of Abosoka.
Director of Abosoka Spare Parts.
Okay. Director of communications. Abosoka Spare Parts
Dealers Association. Of course.
Which mean you don't know very me. Na me pacho ma me fa wentwa mo ansa na be refi Tema General Hospital Prince Kuju ofusu ware dia ba yese omo ambulance break it down enti se obinya challenger that is say we hire a private ambulance if that is so me pacho mo Tema General Hospital is too big a hospital to even have just one ambulance. It's a joke. The General Hospital should have at least 5 ambulances. Ghana, do we operate police only a helicopter? A fire service, do they operate helicopter? Fire service
Ghana Police Service na me say o ma procure bi.
But na fire service your helicopter.
O mo ni bi.
Enti
even for the tender car from now in from fire stations so many cars
for the past 10 years Ghana Fire Service o fire tender o ma nya brand new back pempo
for the past 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. The Mahama
at least fire service should have
new fire tenders.
They should have a helicopter service.
Fire service for me who for my headquarters wa. There's so many Ghana Police Service or more competition pa.
Yeah,
almost Ghana Police Service for by your pavement and on side of TV station.
It's nice.
Or me TV station on side of the security checkpoint entrance on side of the na almost 20
na ya pedicure.
Yes, name
Juma no form.
Fire service for the me need say akado. I don't want the paint. No, what's in the bar? Pass there.
Oh, yeah, Papa. Simon Americano. Look,
paint from the paint and it's your turn. 2 cents with D.
Abra, go stations, no money for attendance. Workers, no motivation.
Jema ba ebefa enti ba mo nche on Facebook na mo nso mo nche mageni okan I say I need 3 then Benz engine home use. Hey. Oh, asemo. Very well. But the chika sembi before you come in. And this from penny from funny serious. Your door no 2 for bu ho no mo normal. Ni ebebo party ne de ye beka no kokwam. Obi amekasa wa ha. Aha, me de bia meka entachi has spoken my mind. NDC learn to create your own millionaires. Today be NDC co position mo bresika ho.
Somehow more right, but not you are not entirely right. And yes, NDC creating millionaires. NDC are creating millionaires. But one problem with the millionaires is NDC creating. No. So NDC creating millionaires now, instead of them to use their resources to support the party, no, they will rather use their resources trying to control the party. So when not fully control access to control, then they use their resources to fight against. I become billionaires.
Very well.
And the NDC, but they were using their resources to do nonsense.
Demonstration.
But there's some kind so one more build it. But so the Bobie party no so
wrong people. Don't think someone be wrong people.
Haruna.
Maminchia co-panelist minua wonto minua techi. Omo motie micho bia ye kan about fire service maminkai ye papa bia owo Agem Kotoku oye station officer oye ne juma no te se juma ne ye ne papa die se womba ana wo ye leti akofie se bibitua na obekasa obepamo kofie anything as if onini John Mahama Mikai regional RFO and I friend say one friend in NC former bibibetu sa area honum amasamai Toman Ajenkutuku ni omo honum nyina no if ye share omunya any individual because omunyina age transfer run from that particular station simple because of the station officer nti se wotie ya say wonfa wo ya bibi efa ho mini bibra techi adwen kakra but at least nyina asua Matiwasipa in the area of dollarization economy. One of the policies of this current administration are doing how to make dollar business unattractive in the country. When the NDC came to power, the rate at which na many will $80 no abra yen here dollar no krano aswacha anamebwa because unim say at any given time dollar no the stability level no dia udi sika PSC say ope dollar there's no speculation say ebe ko high ebe ko low ebe ko na echo so you are relaxed echo pim time ope dollar na wakoto ebeshi. One of the policies or factors are the the growth of the economy is government policies, capital investments, and so if you look at the area of capital investments this time now NDC contractors ni infrastructure development ni ekeka hono nyina no wonim say yenyen hyiase no capital investments since January contractors yenyen tuomu kai ena omuka and if you consider they are now about uko bank unye dollar me call bank to take my own dollar enye dollar me pay every abanho mian kasa misika media koto. What do you say? At the end of the day, no. Because say you want to go to China, you de me dollar e dia mau. What did me patch? Now, you want to go to China to do what? Ukotonema. And abaino be catch say, okay. So who pese ukoto dollar? Uko amanoni ekoye transaction in the name of dollar. Koho you better transfer dollar no at the rate of 10.5. We see Debbie. Me pe dollar no Accra. Say dollar no na share me moto. Ye mau coin bia ubefa. E mau saka dollar no so a upia na okaka say me ko Jimmy dollar na si me ko to dollar bank na ni dollar. Because one of the measures or the policies are going with the buy and say anybody who want to take dollar more than certain amounts, not even more than certain amount to cry. So who per dollar no from a buyer, you must have a reason. One, I need dollar to do transfers. I need dollar to buy tickets.
To declare.
I want dollar to do any other thing that you want to do. They will tell you, say, okay, no problem. Cover your travel and itinerary bra with the request of amount you want. Then they get it for you. But enams will say, you are hearing, say, dollar beko surunti. And now you are taking advantage of the dollar rates, the exchange rate at the banks. Now, koho, I say me here dollar. Yes, dollar. The Bank of Ghana rate here 10.5. As at yesterday. What did I say? But as at yesterday, no, many koho say because it is cheap, no, I'm coming to buy dollar. The bet catch us say kofa documents A, B, C, D near HRS say pa you really need the dollar. So one to me, then it is a problem. But me wo misika, me di misika betu honum. They cannot tell you say they don't have the dollar. Me I'm telling you that I had dollar in my account. It took me 2 days to get that dollar.
That's why I wanted to come in.
What did I say? Yeah. It took me 2 days and I'll come there. And the 2 days Ansah na misa can't be dollar.
Why must it take
very good? Days? You see, the point is Niana Oka about a dollar. It's true. I'm not talking for government.
No, you're just saying.
I am saying my experience and general understanding of Nia Bank of Ghana policies now.
And I'm also asking you a general question.
Which has favored me new. Because our policies in new that speculators no anka ebe affect me new as businessmen.
But Abochi people are.
No, you see that's where I am coming. The Abochi people get the dollar from me new ye free amanone edi esika ye mfa nkoto account ye me new ni account but ye ba Ghana and I need to spend cedi. Me nko bank enko sesa 10.5. Abochi will give me high to be able to also sell or China say who obesa akono bra meton high amount. That is where the issue is. It's not about I am into it. Me free amanone ba me kura me dollar. Okay, until me ba me mfa me sika enkoto. You me ba you mo to say me I'm using me as an example. Always because I bring dollar to deposit in my account and I go to take dollar. Me ko ho na ma yi me dollar. Me say wo ho. But when I want to travel or transfer money Ansah na me ko ho, it is not fair. So the government today as we speak or the Bank of Ghana has issued a directive say any bank that is coming to us as central bank to buy dollar we regulate it. You regulate no more. Sisia yakase bisa banka bia Bank of Ghana in the past no you be more dollar no because you are a trading partner me here $100 $100,000 over na the amount no any hope you you need to explain to us why you are here dollar at the day the close of the transactions now. By the end of the day, no, the treasury be your treasury, a bank treasury, no kurano. They will seal it for another day or for another 2 days, so that they will regulate.
So this time, no, you request the dollar ahead
before.
Then they monitor
how it goes. So it's a mechanism, you see, so that they can regulate sana amount for a rashi dollar. Okay. And bear in mind, foreign currency be speculations direct sana almost esiko. Okay, so once you need it, it's not like a cedi that you're producing that is spent here. So if you really want to travel with 100,000 Ghana cedis, I ask myself, one, what consider the risk involved? Two, the bank will tell you if you need to spend money beyond this amount, but card, the same charge I ever charge you, the bank rate that you will enjoy in Ghana, no, locally, no, it's the same. When you get there. So why do you want to hold the dollar? Cash, physically. So the Bank of Ghana has put in measures which is part of a government policies to help us realize, your friends, the growth rate in the country. What I say? So if you look at the way and manner people have come across issues, your core bank na dollar, your core bank. Let me be something say, as a businessman, I will hear dollar to travel. Me, if I have money, me dollar a yimawa. Even in America, sikano wa bre. You try every week and every month now. Would you seek up to a bank account no? So who call say who call you 5,000 at the go? You have to write upon a year before you release you seek up.
Because
so
it's huge.
It's huge. So they will ask you, hey, nobody is telling you, but they would want to find out who call you then. Why do you want to hold this amount of money? They are regulating the monetary spendings of your.
It's a check on inflation.
Yes, what did I say? And one of the reasons why people do not want to have plenty money, the monetary policies, is the fact that it controls inflation.
No, but Haruna, to say maybe you are talking in excess of $10,000, or you are talking in essence of 10,000 credits. You are talking in essence of $50,000. So my bank be, let me hear say $2,000 or $5,000. $5,000, yeah, 50,000 cities. CCR.
More than 50,000. Let's say 54, 55. 56.
Yes. 56,000 cities. Me come a bank. Let's say we are make say no 56,000 cities. Into me person me be here. You me some them dey go. Near is kind of. Now me say me pay $5,000.
Dollars.
Equivalent in $5,000. $5,000. Now obi a friend say obi a kase bi ni ho ba obi tima furu bi ama. Oko abochi ni ho a no the amount. Abochi ni say me ba. Now assumably we send back to the bank. No abeji says kanama. That is his bone of contention.
And yes, I don't know. They cannot. They cannot. Abochi to me say can you know when him na umuye. Engraving. Say the bank manager transact with a dollar. Ewo hono. Say ni na wo can say okay. Ko abochi ho. Obenya dollar na ma. Abochi bebe mo ho. I'll give it to you. Abochi beton.
Why should the bank
the banks deal with Abochi.
Why?
Because remember, Abochi brings them dollar to the bank. Abochi Abochi more dollar. Okay. Abochi deposit their dollar in their accounts. In the banks. Until they have that rapport. But can you know now once the dollar is there, people don't come for it. They release the dollar to the Abochi. Abochi transact the business and bring back the dollar the next day. Then they share the profit. Now it's not like that. The Bank of Ghana say once you are coming for the dollar $100,000 a day, you need to write the reason. So why I'm spending one, you return it to the treasury. The treasury will keep it.
Because me just one be
If it's an intervention.
So if you allow me,
no, come on, can you do within 1 minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
I say, I know. I make a bit now. Me Bobie needing. Send more dollar account to her. Me say me ko channel minister come home. Na me say me ko peka kai there. Atom because me hotel near there no. Say me pay baby ada. Omo ka chem say me mo 4 days. No, omo need mommy.
Now we say.
Okay.
How much? If do you want to tell us?
Don't tell me.
No. And tell me the no you say even if it's $1, send it now.
Yeah, meet me. Go say me can meet me can. By just when they told me phobia, me hotel near the idea, and I'm could in my hand hotel.
But they do $5,000.
No.
Okay, if I say in the region of
do $3,000.
Okay, if I say $2,000.
And do cry. Or catch him say, me more 4 days. It's me bufu ye
for $2,000.
Yeah, me bufu the start show. Table or so. The man bufu and say, me friend lady bakwa. No, say my account no. On my account man. No catch him say, Techi, Uba. Se no me catch ba ma bunfu. Ma bunfu. So bufu on me facilitating temama. Oh. Se na me say okay. Bank no abuso kan ho ba me bodi. Ampa ACA. me bufu ye o ma me 4 days no
2 days
na me say okay o ma me 4 days o ka 4 days nti me kwa no na me ka kire madam ba go say me nya we me time so say kan me free ha na me free on the 4th of last month or so on the 4th me free ha me time aso until the o ma me cities no ya bochi for na we ho na me kɔ no na e di cities ne me say sign ko enti me de ko me buy no me ko de na me ko ina me ni sika ne de e de ma no enti say nanka me ni adafo anko be ma me sa cities me ko sent to me fa che me ko a enke be na me trip ko be na ma de e be na asa ko delay me so ta say ni auna ka no oka oka asema e ya ban che say o di so but from adwuma no
no but it's the same thing who call honoma then now the banks no kura no omuchire omupa
okay what's the cost continue because I want to
can you na omuch na ewo ho a omudi ma abochifo a oni omoye business but see anu kura no the bank will tell you say once the dollar is there and then they are not able to spend, it goes back to the treasury and it takes time for them to get it back from the treasury.
What's the bank say dollar?
What they say? Yes.
You share Bank of Ghana last week, no? On quite admit say they say no make sure say dollar be accessible to everybody. Someone admit yes.
There is so much reserves to the tune of $600 million. What they say at the whole, but they are controlling the system, which is helping us.
Sometimes we are creating inflation.
Yes. So they are regulating it. And I can say one of the policies that helps in the growth of GDP growth, yes. Any government policies. Now, as we speak today, when them say somewhere last month, the World Bank Group can say the entire world, the globe growth rates ever reduce it to 2.3%. The entire, just because of the tensions are a war among just the trade tensions. Today, as we speak, we are able as a country grow the economy or maintain the economy at the rate of 5.3%. As we speak today.
4.4.
No, it's 5. In July, yes, it's
July
5%.
Number, okay. I don't know about that one.
What did I say? So if you look at the ways this government is doing, everybody.
What's it there about July?
Because I'm going to say
inflation.
Yes, not inflation. We're talking of the growth rate as we speak. It's 5.3.
Okay, right.
What did I say? But what at all as a country that we are looking for? We are looking for a sustainable economy. And what will guarantee that sustainable economy? The measures or the policies that would enhance, one, inflation, bringing down inflation. Two, making sure, say, we create employment. And then making sure that whatever the demands that we need in the area of electricity, in the area of water, Sananami Bra, about the policies the Agri Ministry is putting in place. In all of this, at the end of the day, our per capita is going to go up. In the past, more than 3,000 Ghana cedis under MPP. Individually, our per capita is appreciating. We are moving from negative, coming downwards to positive. So, we need to appreciate the fact that whatever is happening, it's in the good interest of the citizen. Sir, your friend say, finance minister tomorrow, the mid-year budget review. What do we expect? We are going to listen to whatever policies they're in. What can I say? In the past, we never thought that we would have certain taxes like friends saying e-levy and the rest, emission taxes and the rest repealed or taken off. In the past, pump filling station now we share a kind of saying yes, we share the rates. So at least you are rest assured that we are moving around 10, 11. Now I got 13, 14, 16. Just like the dollar chasing each other. But today, who sorry now we call filling station who could 100 Ghana cedis Sebi Can you know 100 Ghana cedis? Then you 1 gallon. So see 100 Ghana cedis, you are getting more than 1 gallon. And you can get more and more if we are able as a country, if we are able as Ghanaians, put in certain support, absorb the heat for some few minutes, at least a idea ebe boa minute. But we share the area of Galamsey. The Galamsey fight is slippery. I feel Ghana. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
I'll give you time. I'll come back. First round, you'll be up and okay. Let me go back to Sami and let me share the time well for you. We have 18 minutes to leave. So let's do 5-5.
Oh, Debbie.
But we're in the first round. That's the first round.
And the second round, for the first, the second
round. Galamsey fight a slippery thing.
I have time.
Dear Ghana Nibia. Ekuntia about Galamsey. Nemo meba no na mitie me bra Kabore talking about initiatives the lands ministry ebe enroli adia sronku adia ema oman bia. But the problem with Ghana and our policy implementation the political will. It's a political will. Could you imagine, sir, even in this country?
Forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm distracting your line of thought. But let me settle this. You can't go to the bank and get foreign currency instantly here in the UK.
Yes.
When you request foreign currency to travel, either from the bank or post office, you'll be given a date ranging from 3 to 10 days for it. So this is with the UK.
Yes, even in the US, like Senator Namekam, it is there. But the political will to deal with Galamsey in this country is the issue.
Okay.
In our law books, 1992 Constitution, policies, any law you can think about in this world, in 1992 Constitution. But the laws that we operate in this country, 4 laws. Only 4.
Yeah,
1, when we are to vote. 2, when we swear in our president. That one, this But Niakaka about how you get bail, issues of human rights. It doesn't work in this country. So we are running only 4 laws in this country, which will never miss. We will never fail. And like I said,
your opinion.
No, but it does happen. Yeah. Have you ever postponed swearing in before of a president? Have you ever postponed our election before? Even in 2020, and we wanted it. So in Ghana, political will is the issue of Galamsey. When you have policies that affect the people positively, we will all support. And the policies that affect negatively, we would not, as citizens, as abide by it. I have been to Australia, and I have been to mining communities, and I can tell you certain mining communities in Australia is like Islegon, and then a friend say Trasacco, a mining community. So what is the motivation for you Trasacco to go in to do Galamsey? There's no motivation. That's one. You will see high modern classrooms you're teaching ICT on how to develop technology to do mining in Australia. It's there. You're paying for technological know-how to come with a
UMAT.
But
University of Mines and Technology.
If you have it.
Oh, we have some. They are doing
I'm saying that where is it situated? It's in Kumasi. It's in Takwa.
Yes.
And I'm saying that those who are affected in the mining communities, areas like your friend saying Dunkwa Ofen. You go to Dunkwa Ofen, where baby I'm meaning. There's nothing motivating to motivate any youngster around. So, oh, sorry, mami ko ho ekobo football. Mami ko ho enko sua ICT technology ebe boa me dachi. There's nothing education. Sorry, unko efum ana unko galamsey pit. There's nothing like that.
So now can them if we are not having University of Mines and Technology, is different. And it's another thing, so we be in school maybe. And yet, I'm not sure it's a school now who assuming a free school will be sorry, I know technology.
Medical no me catch you say you were lost in this country. Maybe I remember.
John, have a new policy.
Papa,
going to administer attaches from UMAT.
Hanabisu ne friend saying
Mineral Development Fund.
Sir, development fund na ebano. What do we use those funds for?
So the repair worn out issues I work community.
Very good. So
other projects.
You know, typically those are omuye galamsey. Omusori anopa to the age under age like 10 years, 15 years. Omunyina eye galamsey. If under age at that tender age of 10 years, what you say class sign or so oko. Oh. At that tender age, you should be around class 6 going to for JSS 1. And you are the
it should be inculcated in the education
That's
stream.
what I'm saying. That when you are doing it or in the area where the mining,
it should be a subject
and your subject per se, the facilities should be extended to those communities are omuye mining so that usoria ukacham say uba mami like no canon say there will be certain incentives for omuye mining. Meaning I know there's nothing incentive that can sway my intention to do galamsey at this age. Me too. Ubeka say beji loan of 20,000. Abraham here loan of 1 million, 3 million to go and do my business. For which reason? Me jai me galamsey pits and come so that you give me the sustainability of whatever we are doing today is paramount as a country because. We got to that under ages, ni say 15 years child. So on beji loan of 1,000 Ghana cedi, 2,000 Ghana cedi to go and do what with it. As a matter of fact. Until me you see 15,000 no at the end of the day no obedi sika no ade chia obefuru kroma esa tuaso eko krofufro eti galamsey pit. And how can you sustain that?
I do on one breath. But on the other leg,
which is
we can't also say because armed robbery lucrative. Na igunwa emaburu nya dwuma nyenti no.
Oh, you see,
we should
armed robbery a profession.
It's a profession.
Very good. So I'm we are saying to avoid and to be able to sustain these fights. Okay? We need to identify the root cause of it. Yeah, identify the mamu no omum pese.
You need the root cause. What's the root cause?
Unemployment is an issue.
Root cause.
2. The root cause no
Unemployment is one.
That's what I'm saying, sir. But also no. Niana make cover about the laws. And Niana make about whatever happens, and we go there to learn. No, idea we should inculcate in Ghana. Uko your friend saying, Dunkwa often. Where I have been, okay, you would see a young person, the motivator, okay, okra Toyota Tundra, okra Prado, okra Toyota Corolla, or no, say Oxford school at the end of the day, no, wapono or wako university level, or Buffy, or Nijumaye, near galamsey, or Shani Yankwa. On one secondary school, but at the end of the day, no, was sketching. No, who can say who command 1,000 Ghana and 2,000 Ghana? Obey galamsey pits, no. So we need to identify the root cause.
On media budget review, you see, NDC since day one has proven beyond every reasonable doubt to say. If there's any political party in Ghana that has Ghana at heart, or yet development oriented, or yet sensitive to the plight of Ghanaians, NDC. But the more NDC justified, the more people raises doubt. Kufuor ebe take over from Rawlings. 8 years. The first 4 years, Ghana ko hepek. Emma ye ka ye die. Ye chese ye pepa kano. Kufuor second term. Osisa Ghana ye sidi no. Ye kutwe sika foforo. Catch so the value is the same. Because Kufuor was trying to manage the economy artificially. Or mismanage the economy no na jinsemwa. Now I said na meye. E kwa obefa tun say ada se me kwa akosre. Na ye de me ka teme. Ana say me twa sika foforo. With all this Hepik ye de ka che yen ye kotwa sika foforo enu kro wantimi amu ho akonta enu nkro no ba no. Kufuor left economy Emma Professor Mercer na inflation ebro single digit. You could have double digit inflation. Less than 1 year, Kufuor charge new Ghana cedi. Our charge cedi ni fufro crown na 1 cedi ni mudu sini American dollar. Within 1 year, your cedi ni depreciate by 20%. Enti Kufuor fra bamu MPP fra 2008 no na ye cedi no HD to American dollar 1 cedi 20 pesos to $1. Professor Mills ni nyina okreti sa Mills ni fi honum no ano de single span pay policies abeshe Professor Mills kon ade be chema Kufuor hand over ano give assent to single span pay policy no de beshe Professor Mills kon government awoko one create any economic buffers while leave cafes no nyina empty wasa broka edegu ho okono sa to adwumafo aketuamti police ni ana bi aketua ye 2500 e shuti the call 2000 ne bisika 250 Ghana at that time e shuti the call 2000 1500 ni 1002 ni nyina Professor Mills wampaba Professor Mills ba wan suspended pay policy ne mo wasre adwumafo ne se mo ma me break kakra metua de amamo mama me bre mo arrears wo mu nyina no metua. Indeed Professor Mills paid all. With all this equals one now Professor Mills eliminated schools under trees, thousands of them, stabilizing the economy, managing the economy number as of 2010 Professor Mills babam 2009 the second year 2010 Ghana economy was rated as the most fastest growing economy in the world. It achieved single digit inflation for the longest period under this Ghana's economy. Professor Mills. And maintaining ye cedi no. And managing now stabilizing no. Yet MPP were going around telling people say Omuni knew how to manage the economy better than NDC. And some gullible Ghanaians, you free say Ghana the obi or school I was a doctorate to akusi economy be any madintin. They buy into it and they believe. Say yes, indeed, MPP has the men to manage the economy better than the NDC can do. Kufuor Elivi Abemuno oja double digit inflation. John Dramani Mahama beso abenumu. 2014-2015 gold prices dropping, oil dropping, cocoa dropping. Your sub region West Africa Ebola hit. Now for business I do and term crown na movement are restricted. Economic crisis. Ye cause senchi. Eno kura mahamba efri abamu anasabre wo and IMF na manya no oja inflation 15.4. Ene de ma Akufuado bebe so mu a MPP for na abi omunim economy no. Inflation timi koya kodu 54% from 15.4 to 54%. MPP efri abamu kra no. Ano mo si afedi o ma si akwantimpo mu eye no na inflation nam 25%. 23-25% no mo di free abamu ekoye.
23.5.
Yes. They mismanage the economy from every facet of the economy. Or mismanage everything. Yet yenya sebio sa kalabula economists ayewo ebi wo legon omo from professors of economy say omo na omo think tank, and they were still telling Ghana for say MPP managed the economy better than what NDC did. And it's Dr. Bawumia Babejina wa no abeka say yes, the cedi is depreciated, but if you look at the state at which the cedi not depreciated under NPP no a better than how a depreciated under NDC. And we got gullible Ghanaians, people on my classroom they didn't learn anything common sense. They could go redeem for theory, calling themselves professors, and they were buying into it. Kate say using a year 4 Ghana cedi 20 pesos to get $1 no was much expensive than buying $1 at 16 Ghana cedis, and they bought into it. Woke up filling station Akoto petrol a liter as at 2016 3 Ghana cedi 20 pesos no was much expensive than using 18 Ghana cedis 16 Ghana cedis to buy a liter of petrol, and people bought into it. Now NDC Sabaye, because of that doubt, now MPP created that can say misinformation, disinformation. After Ghana for team, when this government started putting things in place and then moving the right, we still got these people, gullible people call themselves professors, says, oh, artificial and yet sustainable, it won't last. Enkosiaga dollar call for almost artificial. Petrol bo conforms artificial. Ghana economy peja almost artificial. And 6 months in under NDC government. Nana oda so this microphone no sa Thomas na no mu raise sa concern. Do you hear them talking again?
No.
Less than 6 months under this government. And state agencies are now running at a loss. They are making profits. And cedi atimia stabilize, petrol bo atimia stabilize. Amenem yi 500 Ghana cedis mi top petrol gu mi Toyota Cola mo amitimi fele tank.
How is this your speech connecting tomorrow?
And I make sure Ghana for say we no kra na ye first half.
Oh, okay. When you kra na ye first half.
When you kra na ye first half. Na mid-year budget review na eba no. Afe kura na ban kura sa be adjusting nyama bi kura be sa kokoko fom. They said their port duties are not making on chrono bay. Matter said last 2 weeks where President Mahama was making reference comment about that. And adie bia President Mahama be kan one say me obe complain bi and it means enyama go akoma de besesa. Yeah, shipping line on chrono ba no. Shipping lines or mo charge unapproved AUC illegal a year dollar rate. Ni nyina no will be resolved. So within these 6 months NDC at me approve all their critics wrong. The naysayers will prove to be wrong. Omo na mo ka say CD stabilization no last no ene omo nyina ye fun obi antimi nkasa. Omo na mo ka say petrol bo na ekwa from no artificial ene omo me ka say bi moy. Omo na mo be ka tire say eniama bo ebekoso akosoro no omo why are they not talking? Omo those who that refuse to reduce the prices of their goods and services when the dollar stabilizes, can was almost no, they should continue or more raise prices in your way. So mubenya buyers ana. And nana atu forcing is forcing. And Sami Jamfi and one ababe the captain with gold board. President Mahama at every occasion make it clear say you see the na atimia stabilize. Amen ne edwadefo pass me hu kutuko de crash mono is because of the gold board and the brain any the power spearhead bibia Sami Jamfi. And if you look at radio enkrofo ekuta Ghana economy here ato forcing onya 50 years, Sami Jamfi nya 40 years. They are managing the economy and look at the kind of stress on my free Ghana for so. Enti adoma so mon koso na eneme de me ba ma won Sami Jamfi asiu say rare na no kese ya na no sunto free sa asem bia na de beka no
aka 1 minute
eye afia so asnega we 10 million na me Sami Jamfi on fa afia so asnega sika anya hwe na emum Sami me pacho ji say sika we ya me pacho me she project bi asi ATS ni
omamwie
akawuram me to me da so ha dan wo de pone kakra ma me na me mfa nkodo me site eso beba mfa so dan say ya mfa afieses ne mfa anya hwe
brother na fa Taji unfortunately with the 1 minute pe
no say asem ne ka ne aka no anya hwe ne ka ne say so tena budget ne ba ne ye hwama ye ba betena ha ye commentators no ya ma comment wo ho say it say o ma hye say mo hye say o che ba ka wasa ba ne mu ne me ka ne say try to recognize your own people, build your own businessmen and women. Very important. That's it.
Yakupun shop so okay, so that's it. Yeah, first like I say masama hunto I'll take a barinka the chiado and so teninka Sansuna Haruna and so any edin komo. Na first like I say so my bills microcredit Tontina 74 Electroland Ghana Electroland Ghana omudi je say to so ya sorry ya kan form ama ene ano na nimre bibi apebia fa electronics kwa obetimi enyabe nti ya do mase Dr. Mageshi Herbal and Spiritual Center and so the mase ana imbusa Herbal mesh of course MTN and so ya Sansuna Georgie reality for so ya sne na abra me sorry sui eye Madam Evelyn Kuma dodo no afro anti ama maame daya wa sorry na we efri mewura Kwabena Bobie Ansah ho omabusu nyina ashedin na omabusu nyina yakọ na nyakopon yadomo eye memne day August bosomi de toso mienu afimpinu ne aduonu ya ana yade wo ebeto empam ewo kokobra eye new estate for mesia anopa nonkrom na ayi yo nankasa de eno se memne da no ana ayi no ebekoso ewo eye maame kurum jakiti bekire akwamu ben akosombo entino ye fa ye afidie so na ya mabusu nyina hyede ya mabusu yakọ we free ye Kwabena Bobie Ansah bedi na no to dako kwame kwache eye me producer ya dabusu afọ nyina ase birthday boy belated I already ochinkwa enche yebesi anu brim sisi anu piota bra sisi anu piota wana okay news is next stay on appear ready